Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Other Team Podcast. My name is Jacob Handy, as always, alongside Zachary Handy, award-winning journalist. Today he is I don't even know, I think it's a stout or something enthusiast.
A stout? What stout has ever been this color,
Guinness,
dude?
Right? I don't know, it's a Guinness or something.
No, it's a Boddington's, bro. It's just like a little, it's an ale. It's nice.
This is how Zach poured his beer today. He hopped on and he just shot it out of the can. He just like opened it and I was like, why would you pour it like that? I don't know. Thought it was a stout. Whatever. That's Zach. And also alongside Terrence Scott, who is also has a beard in his hand tonight.
Whoa.
I have just Pepsi. I just have Pepsi.
Of course you do.
That's cute.
Rider, hoop enthusiast, fellow alcoholic to my brother, basketball aficionado, Terrence
What
Scott.
it do?
And I just have Pepsi tonight. I don't know I didn't get the memo,
just had Pepsi tonight.
I don't even know.
I didn't know we had to give out like a big, message to bring adult beverages to the pod after 9 o'clock. I don't know. Next time we'll put out a memo, for everybody involved. Make sure it happens nicely. Make sure everyone gets to bring something.
Vegan chips and a Pepsi.
Yeah, pita chips and a Pepsi diet zero.
This dude's having a rager of a Friday night. I hear that. Try not to have too much fun over there, Jake. Try not to have too much fun.
I don't want to have too much caffeine. It's Friday night. I don't want to be up too late.
Dude, try not to have too much fun, man. Wow. This dude's a madman.
I mean, I'm having a great time over here.
I can see, dude. Like, I'm overwhelmed with your joy right now.
Look, I'm going to do my best to stay focused tonight. The Clippers have like 4 minutes left in this Boston game. There's 102, so
this dude's having a sugar rush.
I'm doing my best, okay? I'm doing my best over here. But we do have business to attend to this weekend. This Sunday, we got there through COVID.
Big game.
The big game. Super Bowl. I don't even know what Super Bowl is.
That's this Sunday? No.
Super Bowl 564. I don't know either, dude. I have no idea what Super Bowl. I never know what the numbers or the letters mean. I'm terrible.
Here's the thing.
Brady's been in almost all of them.
I never know.
Should we give guesses and someone look it up? Should we all give guesses right now?
Oh, what it is? I'm gonna go with 52. But it's more than that.
I think it's 53. Now you said 52. I think it's 53.
I'm gonna go to 54, but I think Jake's right with 52.
I don't know. I feel like it's not that.
All right, let's see.
And that's the worst part. Then you look at what Super Bowl is it, and it's just the Roman numerals, and I'm like, I still don't know what it is. I
still have no idea. I never know.
Moment of truth here. Just type in the Super Bowl.
Dun, 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 dun. Like what?
Nobody knows.
Makes me feel like it's like a round number, so it's definitely not like a 2, 3, or a 4.
Like, 55.
That's trash. It's embarrassing.
I win because I was
telling you.
Exactly this is Price is Right. I just kept going above it, $1 above everybody.
Oh yeah, Terrence is that guy.
Zach was like 53. I was like, well,
I might punch you if you're the booth next to me and you do the $1 thing on me. I might punch you
out if you do that to me on the price. I hate that person.
How much is that blender? Like $19, Bob.
It's like 500 and 550, Bob. And then it's like, Zach, what do you got? 551. Like,
yeah. And then they always say it all sly. They're like, the one person's all excited. They look at their family like, what do you think? They're like, a 6? 647. And then the other guy's all sly. He's like, 648. Next.
He's like 648.
Doesn't even look at the crowd.
Nobody's there to cheer. He's there by himself. There's nobody there. He just snap calls 648. And just sits there.
One plan. No matter what the guy
648.
Says,
I'm like,
this guy looks smart. Whatever he says, I'm going $1 above what he says.
Right. The other person's like, what did he say? He said 648.
We gotta
Damn
take
it.
the other team onto the road and go on the Prices Right. Full body
Absolutely.
cams.
Absolutely.
Take it to the
Absolutely.
Oh,
Prices.
dude,
Absolutely.
absolutely full body cam. I want the whole experience documented,
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
man. But
We had
yeah,
opening banner. What was it?
Well, it was like you were talking about getting stuck on a roller coaster,
No,
but
we
then
had something else.
but
We
then
had
Zach
something else.
said he's never been stuck anywhere in his life. He's never been
I'm
somewhere
like
he
butter.
couldn't
I
then
can't get
get
stuck.
to
I'm
somewhere
slick.
else. That's what Zach just told me. He's never ever been
I'm
somewhere
serious.
where he
I
could then
was
not get to the
supposed to
next
get
spot.
stuck in Victorville on
Traffic?
the way home from Vegas. I was supposed to, and then the homies called me and were like, "Don't do it. You're about to get stuck." And I didn't get stuck. I went right
Get
around
this,
it.
guys. Get this.
I've never
This
been
is gonna blow
stuck.
your
Never been
mind.
stuck in
Zach,
traffic?
Zach, exactly. Zach's a superhero, by the way. He's lived 30 years in Southern California. He's never been stuck in traffic.
Nope.
You've
wild.
never been stuck in traffic.
Of course, I've been stuck in
I was
traffic.
about to say, dude, like your karma streak is about to end. If that's the case, you just put that in the
Hell no.
universe. But
Hell
was
no.
gonna say,
I live
that's
in Long
actually,
Beach, like,
incredible. Like I'm
Trying to
thinking,
get
like,
down
that's-
7th Street at the wrong time of day is traffic. Like,
exactly. But that ain't.
but that's not
that
stuck.
ain't-
That's a way of life out here. I've never been like stuck. And Terrence said he got stuck upside down on
Well,
Viper. Like,
But
That's
getting your arm
terrible.
stuck somewhere. You know, it's funny. I keep telling Zach, and I can't think of a single moment where I've been stuck like this either. I can't.
Thank
think
you.
of one either.
I'm like,
But at the same
been
time,
waiting
dude,
for
like I
your
was at
grand
Six Flags
finale.
so much.
But I didn't say I've never been stuck. That's just crazy.
I had season
Is it?
passes at Six Flags for from 11 to 16.
Dude, I love Six Flags.
Like I was there a
Way
lot.
better than Disney.
And I even worked there for 2 weeks. I was like,
Worked there for
this ain't
like
it.
a year.
Disneyland pass holders are coming for me now that I said that. But sorry, guys.
I grew my beard back and it was like, you have to cut that. I was like, no. Feeling grown right now. I'm out of here. Beat it. But
Don't
yeah,
need
that
this
was a fun
place.
experience. I don't need this shit. Out of here. 15,
Were you at least like a
16
ride
years old.
operator? Did you just be like a ride operator?
Yeah, I was a ride operator.
Oh,
And then did that and then they moved me to games. Like I said, I was only there for
still
2 weeks. I got
jealous.
trained to do it. Yeah.
What game did you
Back
do?
all trades. The one where you bounce it off the square, and it was like the little sticks there. You have to hit it perfectly off the square and not knock down the sticks. But you have to have the ball land into
So what was the you know they're all like obviously a little rigged. You have to hit it a certain way or whatever. So what was
Yeah.
the rig? How did you beat that game? There's got to be a way to beat it
It was just like a certain angle you had to hit it. It was like you had to hit it on the top corner.
when everybody's aiming for the middle, right? And everybody's aiming for the middle.
But I got good at all those games. You know the one, the ring toss game? Where
Yeah.
you toss it onto the bottle caps? I never learned the trick of that. I
Slow
was
little
fucking good
weekday.
at that
Terrence was just out there fucking playing all the games.
shit. Dude, that shit was fun.
Everybody's like, I can't. Everybody's like, I hate my job. Terrence is like, my job.
What were you
chill. I
guys?
play
What,
games
you was
all
in
day.
food or what? Where did you?
Yeah, I was in food.
Full, I worked at a
That was trash.
country
How
bar.
the fuck do you get into food when you was at Six Flags? Like that's it.
Oh
That's
no, I didn't
crazy.
work at Six
I
Flags.
just
never-
applied and they were like, "Can you do this?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do it." They're like, "Okay, that's what you're doing." I'm like, "Oh."
Like I was expected to be in a suit. Like Zach wanted to be fucking.
I
dressed up
wanted
in
to
a
push
costume.
I wanted to push the button and then they all go screaming on the roller coaster. That looked like fun. I'm like,
Well, you
I
wanted
don't
to be that
wanna-
guy, like 5 points.
I worked a fucking churro cart. It was like 2 billion degrees. Like it sucked.
You wanted to work Superman. I get it.
Isn't
All
that
the
what
kids
Marcus
are like,
did too,
let
Zach?
us know when it's gonna go off. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to be that dickhead. No, I was out there in a churro cart baking, dying, turning into a raisin. Like it was terrible.
I know I was the person that made sure, like, I had my hands up on the ride before the ride takes off. When they hit the button, like, make sure you check my shit. Like, I need my shit double checked.
Double
like,
for sure.
like
the
we're
clicks.
not having no fucking issues here, and I need my shit like suffocatingly tight.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
because I used to hate when they're like, it's locked. It's like, no, bitch. Push it
Hurt
to
me.
where I can't, where I
could click
feel
again, like-
my liver. Like, I need to feel it all.
break my pelvis, please. Like,
As hard as possible, lady. Like, is if it's not tight, because you know, like when you start sliding and then you flip and you feel that one little slide, it's like, oh, I'm gonna die. But you
Bro,
didn't even really
you-
move that much. Like, you need that like secure.
Nah.
It's like,
you're
Bro,
telling me
you
that-
know
at
how
all.
small we were. We
Yeah,
were
you telling
tiny
me?
when we were little. I moved.
yeah,
I
yeah,
felt
right.
like I was coming out. Like I was like, I'm out of here. Like this is it.
I for sure felt
This-
like I was coming out of there.
have you
a
ever
couple
lost
times. I was
anything on a ride?
Like, yeah, for sure.
Nah.
Chain,
I don't
Damn,
think so.
Zach,
for sure.
live
Wallets
a
and
little,
shit.
dude. Like,
I'm an
you just-
OG.
Sure,
I'm
dude.
careful.
There's a-
There's no reason to be near the edge. It's safe. It's safe back here.
I feel that.
It's
You have no bad
nice.
luck. You have no bad luck.
I
Every
remember
time
that
we
shit.
had-
Nah, never, bro. That ain't never happened to me, bro.
I almost lost my chain.
Ever had a
one
flat
time,
tire? Nope, fuck that. Never, bro. My
Yeah,
tires
never.
always fall
I've
down.
had like a
Ever sprained your
billion
ankle?
actually.
Never. Like,
Never.
No, had some
Ever
bad
had
one of those.
you ever had
I
to get a jump
sprained my
start?
ankle.
Nope.
what'd you lose,
I
AJ?
sprained.
I feel like I lost my wallet, but I didn't have anything in it because I was just a kid.
I lost
So
my
I had like
phone,
a
it
school
sucked.
ID in it. Like
But I
Facts.
remember
my
like,
AS,
my chain
my
came off, 'cause
ASB
this
card.
was the
No.
days when you had
Like,
like
yeah.
the big fake. No, it wasn't fake. I think I had like a silver chain actually. So it wasn't
Oh.
fake like that.
Way to
But it was
catch
one of
yourself,
those big,
bro. Way to catch yourself.
one of those
There's no
big,
fake chains around
big
here.
chains. And I remember it came off and I caught it. like,
Oh
like,
shit.
It came off and I was like, oh shit. And I just happened to catch it because like I'm fucking Spider-Man. You already know how that goes. But
Really, you
Yeah.
didn't catch it. You webbed it.
yeah. But I couldn't get my phone, man.
Damn, lost the phone. Which
Yeah, I lost
so it
my
was
phone.
back in the day. Was it like a special phone or was
Like
it
a
like
little
an iPhone?
flip Nokia with a like
Oh,
cool little
shit,
phone
okay.
case on it that I got from the mall. That
Tough.
was badass. Yeah.
Yeah, that you thought was hard for sure.
It's cool though. After that, probably I want to say like a year after that or 2 years is when I upgraded and flexed on everybody with the Razor. So you already know how that goes.
Shit, Razor was fire. I had a Razor, Crazer. I had the other one, I think.
The Sliver
Yeah, I think I had a Sliver. Yeah, see,
20. I had a Sliver.
we did. We had the same phone for a minute, but then we switched it up. What was the other one?
Did y'all did you guys share a phone at
I
one
had a
point?
rant.
Nah,
A rant,
hell
I
no.
think is what it was called.
That's badass. You guys never had to do that. Like you guys never
Yeah.
had to go full twin like that. Jake's like, oh, I would have been down.
No, it was opposite. Zach was always down for the twin shit, and I was like, I'm my own person. Leave me alone.
I can see that. That's funny.
How it always
Jacob
was.
still doesn't like me. No.
So it's like it doesn't have to be this way.
Fine.
How can I like you? I don't even like me. What does that doesn't make sense?
It's fine. Whatever, dude.
On today's episode of Whoa, This Got Dark.
Yeah.
Where do you think that stems from? I don't know, dude. I was never hugged as a kid.
Somebody get
Sorry.
that man a drink. His Pepsi.
Who was
not
talking
hitting.
on the underground goat? Who?
Who is that? Who is it? Who is that?
Lou. Lou Williams
That's
is the
Louis
underground goat.
Williams.
That's
From-
lemon pepper
From
Lou.
Philadelphia. Is he from Philly, right?
Drop it like it's
He was from
hot,
Georgia.
Lou.
Oh, he's from Atlanta.
He's from Atlanta, like the Atlanta area.
He is from Atlanta. Yeah, he is. He totally is. I seen his
Three
little
ball to
behind the
go
bigs
up.
thing.
All right, before we get off of this, who's winning the Super Bowl? Give me your picks.
Yeah, if you guys have been listening to us, we definitely already covered it a lot last week. We were fresh off it, so I'm sticking with my pick. Actually, I've thought about it, and I actually feel better about it. Not
Who
even
wants to
better.
waffle? No one?
No waffling for me. I'm saying Chiefs by what was it? I said 40-27. But it's a one.
waffle.
It's a one like if you flip flop.
Oh, I got you. Fuck is that?
It's a close game. Like it's not like they blow Tom Brady out, but the Chiefs scored late to ice it. 40-27. Chiefs for me.
And who is your MVP? Bet.
Super Bowl MVP. I'm gonna go outside the box, even though it's gonna be a
You can't
quarterback.
hard me.
I'm gonna say not a quarterback. I'm gonna go a tight end, Travis Kelce.
That'd be fire.
That would be cool, actually.
That's my pick.
Okay.
Zach?
I also had Chiefs. And no, I'm not waffling at all. And I'm super basic. I said Patrick Mahomes would win MVP. I think like a late cover, close game, probably like 3 to 10 points most of the game, and then late in the game, Chiefs pull ahead by like 10 to 14, probably like 34-24, if I had to guess.
So you changed from a 3-point game to a 10-point game?
No, because I had Chiefs covering from jump, and it's 3.5.
Oh, Zach
so.
said 7 from the jump.
Was
Yeah,
it?
And you
I
had
said
14.
like 7.
Oh, it was 30
yeah.
to 23 for you? 30
I know
to
you.
23?
I think so,
one of
something
somebody
like
had
that, yeah.
14.
I had
think-
13. 40 to
Okay.
27 has been my pick the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I still have Chiefs. Go ahead, Terrence.
I'm going to waffle, as they say.
Oh,
I'm not.
How
I'm still going
spicy.
Bucks. I'm still going Bucks, but I will
Ah.
have a disclaimer. I do think the game goes either two ways. Either the Chiefs blow their ass out, but like it gets ugly
Mhm.
fast. Like I think it could get ugly early in the game. Like that's the only way this game gets ugly is if it gets early fast. Like the Chiefs come out, get a couple of 3 and out. I mean, the Bucks go 3 and out maybe twice, and the Chiefs just nonstop
Bang bang.
pedal to the metal. Like it's 21-3, like first quarter. Okay, I can see that game getting weird, but I also don't really see that happening.
Hey.
I still going Bucks, but if it does go Chiefs winning, though, I think the Chiefs blow their ass out though. Like I don't think they win in a close game. I think Brady
Here's
pulls
what's
that
crazy
out.
about that scenario you just said. Tom Brady in his all 9 of his Super Bowl appearances, I saw this today. He has never had a first quarter touchdown in 9 Super Bowl appearances. So like you just said, if he goes 3 and out, touchdown, he's 14, 17, 21, 3.
Didn't they get blown? Weren't they down a lot when they played the Chiefs this year? Because didn't they already play this year?
Yeah, no, that's the game Tyreek went crazy. Yeah, Tyreek had like 200
and then
yards
the Bucks
in the first
came
quarter
back,
or something.
right?
I think they came back and made it a little bit better late, but it was the Chiefs almost slaughtered them. Yeah.
But I do think that's going to be how that goes. Either the Chiefs blow their ass out or the Bucks figure out how to win a close game.
A close game. You think Bucks figured out if it's close?
Mm-hmm. I do think that.
That's smart. I mean, can't hate you for not wanting to go against the GOAT.
I feel like it's not smart. I'm betting against like arguably the greatest guy we've ever seen on the field. Like Brady's the GOAT, but like
it's a new era.
We're looking at a guy that we've never seen shit he can do. Like every time Mahomes does something, I was like, fuck. I didn't know you could do that. Like this man is special. He makes Aaron Rodgers look less special, and that's incredible.
Yeah. I think a very underrated play to this Super Bowl too, real quick before we get off of it, is the Chiefs defense. Every year since they've kind of built this dynasty going forward, it seems like that defense, no matter what, especially under Spagnuolo right now, kind of just gets better later in the season, figures it out as the season goes on. And then they just seem to be one of like the more trusted, better defenses you think of when the playoffs come. I kind of feel like that going into the Super Bowl. Like I've never thought better about the Chiefs defense this entire season than I do right now at this exact moment. So I think that play is going into the Super Bowl as well. Tom Brady threw 3 picks last week.
MVP.
Leonard Fournette. Oh,
Like
it's so spicy.
Like
I feel like he's liable to get shunned from the game because he likes to drop passes, and Ronald Jones is slightly emerging as reliable with the hands.
Ronald Jones is
but
nice,
Bruce Arians, he is.
I think they're going to.
They always go to Fournette early, and then it's up to Fournette to either fumble it away or not.
It could maybe be somebody on the D line for the Bucks.
Well,
Somebody that
JPP?
gets like a wild strip sack or gets a couple of sacks. It could be JPP. Is Shaq Barrett over there still? He's still over there, right?
Yeah,
one of them.
So
they all opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's fucking lit then. Yeah.
Stu's right
that's
in the
pretty
middle.
lit. Yeah, that's a lit front line. Who's else? Who's it? In VFA, that front four is stupid. Oh,
The front seven's been getting a lot of hype.
What am I talking about? Then you got Levante and you got White back there. What am I thinking? Yeah, that defense is pretty lit. And then the secondary makes plays. Winfield should be playing, right? Everybody's healthy?
I think he's got injured. I think he may be out for rest of playoffs. Don't quote me on that.
We got to look that up. That's a big loss if even though they played a couple of games without him, but if he's playing.
But yeah, I do love him. I think he is spectacular.
Let's see. What's your kid's status? They say he will play despite ankle injury.
Okay.
That's 2 days ago.
Sounds good.
That's what he said, so we'll see. I'm back and go, coach.
Okay.
Dude gets on the phone and came and walk.
Clipper game's insane right now. Let me walk
You
you
want to tell
through
me
it,
what's
guys.
going on behind my head? Because it's playing right behind me, but I can't.
Lou Williams hits that 3. I go berserk. Clippers go up 112 to 111, I believe is the score. We then start the show. I don't know what happened. Boston went up. Somebody for Boston hits a shot. There's like maybe 45 seconds left in the game now. Clippers come down. Kawhi Leonard misses a shot to tie the or to take the lead.
Not clutch.
Not clutch at all right there. Oh, it gets better. Trust me. And Jason Tatum comes down. Tristan Thompson comes down.
Champion.
Smacks 2 free throws.
He is a champion, is he not?
Oh, but Kawhi's not?
Not
I
in
just
this
said he's not
scenario,
clutch.
Nails the free throws. Now we're down 3. Comes down again. Kawhi Leonard misses another shot to tie the game.
Champion, but not clutch. Is that better for you?
Well, yeah, we're just gonna start just throwing that around as if like Kawhi's not.
Well, technically, Tristan Thompson is a champion.
He's a champion, and he knew he was going to bang those free throws. What happened after the missed shot?
Then Williams hits 2 free throws, down 4. Lou Williams then hits another 3. 2-point game, 8.3 seconds left. Everybody's out of timeout. Celtics are about to inbound the ball. Up 2.
Okay, interesting.
Wait, how'd they get down 5? I thought they would have been down 4 in that scenario.
Yeah,
It would
we're
have been
down
a 1-point game.
4 hits.
Oh,
two
When Lou
free
hit
It was
throws.
that
a
3.
3. It was a 3.
Uh-huh.
No, it was a 3 for Kawhi to tie it the second time. Kemba's going to get free throws now. That's a bummer. So he missed. They hit 2 free throws from Greg Williams. They went up 5.
Oh, I didn't hear that, Greg.
Yeah.
I got
He
you.
hits 2 free throws to go up 5. Lou Williams 3. And then now you're going to have 5.
Hey, he's gotten a lot better, too. I've been seeing him fool knock down, like, step backs and shit.
Throws. You
Like-
hit a time warp there. You said who's what?
Greg Williams. Like, I've been watching Grant Williams for
Grant Williams.
Boston.
Yeah.
He's been playing well for them. Like, he's been making shots I did not think he had.
I
Like,
am
I seen a
not
couple of,
a
like,
Grant
pump
Williams
fake
fan at all.
side step threes. Like,
Oh,
nah, he
you're
can
wild,
definitely
Jake.
play for me.
He could play. 100% he could play.
Kemba! Wow. A fucking 9 bouncer off the rim bounces in. You got me fucked up right now.
For like a bucket, like a shot.
4-point game.
For the free throws.
That's goal
Oh.
4 now, right? Or 5. Back 5
3.
or 4.
It's to 3.
He's only shot 1 or 2 now.
This is the second one coming up right now.
Oh, I thought that was the second one.
Money after obviously he fucking triple quadruple bounced the first one. Definitely moneyed that one. No timeouts.
Like Zach's
I need
feed,
a-
you're way ahead of yours, behind yours.
I'm thinking Zach's ahead. I just saw a shot go up. Yeah, he's ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Trying to
Zach
get-
like his shit looks ahead.
We're trying to get a 4-point play here for sure. What are we
Looks like the
doing? We
Clippers-
didn't even get a shot off. What are we doing? What are we
You got
doing?
a shot clock violation? Or
No,
a
we just
time
checked
just
up
ran out?
some. Yeah,
Yeah.
timer now.
It's like you're trying to get a 4-point play. Why? What are you doing trying to set up offense, Reggie Jackson? Like, go run
It's,
into it and shoot it.
yeah. it's supposed
Where's
to-
Derrick Rose?
Where was Paul George tonight? Come on, let's get a.
I don't know, but
Paul
you know who
George
I
and
wanna
Pat
talk
Beverly.
about?
I'm sick of the Clippers losing games when nobody's playing. Like when we have guys out, pivotal guys, and we're going, "Where's the point guard to save the day?" Like Paul George and Patrick Beverly didn't play today. Let's not like, and we lost a game by 3 points to Boston.
Dude, that ain't even what this is about. Calm down on your little tangent and boring race. That was not what this was about. I was just fucking with you. But what I do
Right.
want to talk about is the Ball brothers. It's like the
Hooping.
moment LaMelo got in the league and started like really balling, Lonzo was like, I gotta wake the fuck up and show I can score. Like,
My little bro
what's
is
going
out
on over
here.
there? Like, bro has been hooping. Like, he was already, he was never a bum, but like, he couldn't score like that. But he's been putting a ball in the hoop. Is it like your little brother was like, hey, like, get your shit together?
I'll
Like,
tell
'cause
you
I
right
just
now,
had,
yeah,
LaMelo almost
Zach-
had 40 tonight. I want to say he had 37.
If Zach and I are like in the same profession and Zach just shows up, just showing out, well, I'm gonna be like, I better start showing out. 'cause
No,
you're making me
different.
look like a.
This is
bitch.
your little brother. Like, they're
Zach
like,
is
he's
my little
fucking-
brother.
No, but yeah, but like fucking like a minute to
Hello?
a few minutes and shit.
Hello, I'm
He's
still
What?
the
4
oldest.
years younger than him. 3 years. No,
What?
they're like 3 or 4 years apart. Because I don't know if
That's what I'm
LaMelo
saying.
reclassified. I
You're
think LaMelo
for sure
reclassified to
kicking it
even
in
move
again.
up to play with him. I want to say LaMelo was supposed to be in 8th grade when he played his freshman year. I think he reclassified to do that shit. I'm not sure though. But regardless, it's like 3 or 4 year difference between them. So for your little brother to finally hit the league and be like killing it when you were just like a fringe player who just got traded and then your name was back in trade talks, damn, that's dope to see. Like he's hooping now. Like it's really dope to see. Like I hope he
That's
gets.
what I'm saying. Kicked
traded
it
to
into
Golden
gear. He's
State.
like, bro, this guy's killing it. I have to show out now because the better you do, it's making me look even worse. I gotta step
Another
it up.
guy, Kelly Oubre, he dropped 40 last night. Another guy, he got bullied into dropping 40. People been on his head. He's been playing like shit. And he looked in the mirror and was like, fuck this. I got it. And 40 ball. I don't think he's doing that again. I think the Warriors should absolutely trade him. If the stock is
Stock
high,
ain't never been higher.
go get Lonzo and every other piece that needs to make that deal work. But shout out to him because he did have 40. So, yeah.
Lonzo Ball really is. You know what it is too? It's cool. Zach's pick for coach of the year, you know, he said the thing about, or LaMelo. He said the thing about, you know, like people were like, why isn't he playing as much? He doesn't start. And he's like, he's not playing defense and he's not good
He was
enough.
turning the ball over.
Right. And he's like, and he's not doing things on the offensive end good enough to make up for that. So like, that's just easy. And since he has said that, LaMelo has completely picked his game up. Like completely.
I tell you guys all the time. I watch.
That's
lot
like a
of their
mature.
games.
It's a mature thing for a 19-year-old to hear that, and then
But
be
just
like,
look at the box
"You're
score.
right."
He doesn't turn the ball over anymore. Like,
Which is
just look
great.
at each game. Like he'll have like X amount of points and X amount of assists, but he has one to two turnovers now. It's like, damn, the game's slowing down for him, and he really did listen to his coach. But
Which
then
is
he
a really
still has some of
mature
those
thing.
games. He still has high turnover games, though, but that it comes with it. But like, it's still good to see some of those games he is starting to calm down. Because I want to say today he only had like 1 or 2 turnovers, and he had almost 40. That's dope.
That's gotta
What
feel
were you
wild.
about to say?
It's 19 years old and you're just like 37's
I
gotta
just
feel like
wanted to
80.
address. I just wanted to address. Zach is my little brother. I don't.
You are my little
Don't
brother.
wanna- I wanted to strike that from the record before we continued with the show real quick.
That's a fact.
The
Genetic
auditor's over here
fact.
typing, and I have her strike. Yeah, take that off. Okay, so she's taking it off. That's slanderous and weird. I'm
You're
just your
my-
brother. I don't know, little
You're
little
younger than
brother.
me. You're younger than me. You're
Okay,
younger than me,
anyways.
dude.
So yeah, I just wanted to address that real quick. We can continue.
Still,
Sorry.
cage match is the only way to settle this, but I feel
That's fine. If I have to lose to my little brother,
I feel
then I'll
like the
have to lose to my
moment
little
I
brother,
go
but-
more
see,
than
that's
20
not a big
pounds
brother
on you,
response, though. If I have
I
to
feel like
lose to my
the
little brother.
moment, the
No big
moment
brother
I
will
have,
ever
You're-
say that.
Are
You
you
would-
are you a big brother?
I have known several big brothers in my life, and I don't think you are a big brother by that
Wait.
response.
Wait, are you a big brother?
No, I'm not, Jake.
Well, then I'm the only big brother in this room. That's exactly what a big brother just said.
I guess. My
Look.
bad. I'm sorry to
Look.
step on big bro's toes who's willing to let his little bro beat his ass. So I don't know. Like, excuse me. All the big bros I know are big bros.
Zach,
You know,
could
let
try.
their little bros beat
Could
their ass.
try. Could try.
I've never heard of a big little bro. My bad. Excuse me.
I think
He
the
could
moment,
try.
I think the moment I hit more than 20 pounds on the scale above you was the day the little bro shit went out the window. I think that's exactly the same day. I think that was the same day that
Interesting.
happened.
I mean,
Yeah. But
weight-
yeah,
Zach hit
anyway.
the weight. He looked at the scale and was like,
weight and
Little.
bro's gone now.
cardiovascular
Me.
health have nothing to do with
Walking out the room like,
older and younger brothers. So
hey, where the cereal at?
Yeah, that was the only thing I had to address. What's next?
oh.
Well, I don't know. I've been
Are we
looking
gonna
at a lot of young
address?
players.
Are we gonna address the bench player across the hall? That's I don't even want to say his name if we're not gonna address it. Are we gonna address it?
Montrezl? What bench
not
player?
gonna
across
He
the
didn't
hall?
really-
Oh my,
he
no,
didn't really address it. God bless him.
Jared
bless him.
Jared Duds.
I don't know. He's perfect for media though. Like he's just transitioning to his next point of his career.
Look,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna tell you right now, if people start just like if that's what we're gonna start saying, and it's fine if it is, like I can't stand us as a society if that's what we're doing. Like
Did
Jared
I-
Dudley says some wild stuff, and immediately the first thing we're gonna say is like, "Oh, he sounds like he's for TV and media." Like, oh my god, who are like what kind of we are the worst.
He
people
is
that-
though. He's a goofy, funny guy.
Oh,
Bro, you can't tell me Jared Dudley's not gonna retire and end up on Sports
It'd
Night.
be
of
good for
course
TV if he
is,
wants
and it just
to.
makes me sick. Like that's like
It
that.
doesn't at all. I think actually Jared Dudley's gonna be amazing at it.
I think he'll
If
be
he
really
ch-
good at it as well.
If he because he actually really knows basketball. What he said
Yeah.
about Paul was just stupid, and this is
That's
like
what
a
I'm saying. So
rivalry thing.
everybody's just gonna start saying stupid things and be like, "Well, fuck them. We'll just put them on TV."
Well, bro, it's been that way.
Oh,
It's kind of
serious.
been that way for a while, but
Ugh.
I don't know. Jared Dudley's comments was obviously stupid, but Paul has a target on his back. He has an unfair target on his back, but it is what it is. Like he is the butt of everyone's joke until further notice. Until the Clippers win a championship, or this man literally,
Or beat
I
the
don't know.
Lakers in the playoffs. Like,
I don't even think that'll be it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know
you're
what
right.
it is
You
for
gotta
him
win the
because like he
championship.
could even have the best series ever, average 40, like Donovan Mitchell did, and like lose, and people still would Snyder and be like, "Well, there wasn't enough." So it's like until he wins a championship, it won't matter, and he has to kind of do it in LA. Like if he like let's say 4 years from now he wins a championship by joining a super team or something, people won't respect that at all. Like. It's unfortunate. He's in a fucked up situation. Like it's very unfortunate for a player who's that good and shouldn't have to prove all these doubters wrong when he's already proven that he's fucking top 5, top 10 in the league. But it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, I think just Duds. The context of what he's saying is so ridiculous. Like, at the time of what he's talking about,
Sounds like mantras.
and he says everyone took offense to like the Clippers thinking they're so good, and it's okay if Kawhi does it, but Paul George really, it only rubbed one team the wrong way. Only one team truly cared that Paul George talked like that, the Lakers, and maybe the Blazers with Damian Lillard. But outside of that, like no one else in the league.
I don't think the Blazers care.
Thought-
Damian's just cold.
Yeah, like no one else in the league thought Paul George's comments last year that he thought him and Kawhi Leonard were good enough to win a championship, which isn't outlandish. This is 2 years in a row in the stacked West that they are in first or second the entire time so far. And for him to say that he thought they were good enough to win a championship is not outlandish, but the Lakers, for some reason, thought it was bulletin board material. It's the only team in the league last year that thought it was bulletin board material. And then for him to say, well, it's okay for Kawhi to think he's on AD and LeBron's level, but not Paul George. I'm sorry.
Who the fuck is AD?
Why are you looking at AD like he deserves to be on LeBron's talk in that same discussion? If that's what we're doing, Dudley, like that's what I just, and it just is insane that you would say that, knowing at the time AD, like at least fucking Paul George gave the Heatles some run in Indiana. Like shit.
AD's playoff resume is nowhere near compared to Paul's. Like that's a ridiculous statement to try to say that.
Yeah. So, I mean, to address it, it was foolery.
Bench players talking like starters. We hate it or we hate it?
Absolutely. It's crazy how it just weird. That shit
really
rears its head up all the
I
time.
stand by this. If Jared Dudley actually got any sort of burn, there's no way he would have said that in his book. If he knew there was any shot that he would be in a situation where he would get caught on a switch and have to address that within a game on national television, guaranteed he wouldn't have put that in there. I will die on that hill. I bet you he wouldn't have. He ain't ever gonna have to go out there and defend that like that. Like it'll be Paul.
See, this is why you need a Draymond.
Paul against his boys is what it's going to be every time they get up. Every time the Lakers and Clippers play now, they're going to be talking about Dudley's comments, and it's going to be a camera on Dudley on the bench doing towel waves, and then the storyline will be like Paul versus them, Jared Dudley's friends. You know, remember that's the storyline for the game. And other than that, it's just, I mean, I think honestly, I was like, I'm happy the reporter brought it up because I'm like, first off, Paul George and the anti-Lou and the Clippers seem plenty motivated already this year. Like they're all playing well. I'm saying right now they look like the best Clipper team I've ever seen, and I think it's like for sure to me, like not even close. This is just like thanks for bulletin board. Like we gave you bulletin board material by saying we're good because we're actually good. Thanks for just giving us random bulletin board material that you didn't even need to talk about. Like I'm sure Paul and them, it's just extra motivation. And Ty Lue and Paul were like, cool, like, what a dumbass. Watch us go beat their ass.
Ty Lue's comments was the best. Jared
the
Dudley
best way
book?
you could have
like,
said it. Who cares? Jared Dudley? Who cares? What?
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is why I love Draymond so much. Is like,
but
if the Clippers had a guy like Draymond, he would have fucking destroyed him. Like, Jared, who the fuck is Jared Dudley? Like, who cares what he thinks? Like, tell me when that guy even played. Like,
here's the other thing. One last thing. Actually, I don't want to get too far on that trip. Isn't it funny how like Laker Nation and people, all of my friends that I know that Laker fans always want to say, what rivalry? This isn't a rivalry, right?
No, it's a rivalry.
It's so not a rivalry. Jared Dudley had to go talk in his book that us improving made you feel some type of way, but it's not.
Dude, it's the same lame ass shit when they used to say the Kings and the Lakers and Clippers weren't rivalries, but yet the fuck Shaq's always like, they're the
oh yeah,
Queens.
Lakers and Kings.
That shit was a rivalry, dude. Like
100%.
That shit was a rivalry. You played every day on Christmas for 4 straight years. The NBA
Rivalry.
thought you was a rivalry, so miss me with that shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, the playoffs, those playoff series were absolutely brutal. Like, do not tell me that's not a rivalry.
In a preseason game. Everybody always talks about the Doug Christie and Rick Fox fight. That shit was a preseason game. That was a preseason game.
Bros were only playing 18 minutes that
I want to say it was at like fucking UNLV or something. I want to say it wasn't even at like the stadiums.
In the pyramid.
College gym. He was like, I'm about to knock this fool out at a preseason game. So like, miss me with that. Those games are rivalries. Laker fans always want to move the goalposts and make it seem like shit ain't a rivalry because we have all these rings and all that shit. Shut up. A rivalry is a time frame of when it's happening and the players that are there. Like, yeah, you got historical rivalries like the Celtics and Lakers, but it's rivalries that are existed just because of
who's on the
baseball and football are more like those rivalries too that you're talking about, those historical ones. And I think you're right. Basketball rivalries come and go within these time frames of like how, two teams typically like rise up in the league or a couple, and end
Knicks
up
Celtics. Who
battling.
gives a fuck about that rivalry? That used to be a heated rivalry. The Knicks
And like
suck.
nobody cares, right? Because
Well,
the
they're
Knicks
good
stink.
now, but like exactly.
But like in football, like no matter how good you are, when the Lions and Bears play, when you two teams play each other, it's a thing. No matter how
No, the
good
Bears
or bad.
suck, dude. That rivalry's ass too.
That whole division is like that. Like every team in that division. That's what's great.
see
But you're
that,
right, Jake. Only more to the point.
Yeah. But anyways,
That's
let's
not the Bears
gossip
suck.
more
It is.
hoops. I still think, although the Clippers, it does worry me, but we didn't have Paul George tonight, so I do have to take it with a grain of salt. But they haven't won these big games. But Clippers, Lakers, and Jazz at the top. Nuggets are streaking. No, I know, right? That's Nuggets are kind of streaking. That was the question I had. Do we really believe in the Utah Jazz to hang with the Clippers?
I'll tell you who the Jazz are
Lakers?
right now. The Utah Jazz are the West Coast Atlanta Hawks when they had Kyle Kover.
The
Al
Budenholzer
Horford.
team when they would win like 55
when
games?
it was winning a million games back to back years and all that shit just to get beat in the first or second round. Like, that's who they are.
The Budenholzer.
I feel the same way. I
a
still
good
feel like
comparison.
I still feel like I like the Nuggets more than the Jazz. Like, and I know that's
Because they have
if you're a
stars.
Jazz fan, you probably think that's so disrespectful, and I'm sorry.
Outside of
but-
Donovan Mitchell, who is streaky as shit and really is like a second option on a really good team, who the hell is your star?
I mean, Zach, what were you saying about the Jazz?
I mean, just more to that point, essentially is what I would have said. What's exactly what Taryn said. Like, I look at those teams, and when it comes down to it, if I'm playing one of those two teams 7 times in a row, I'm way more scared of having to go for 2 weeks against Jokic and Murray than I am for 2 weeks against Mitchell. And one night it's Conley, and one night it's Gobert, and one night it's Bogdanovich,
Clarkson.
and one night it's Clarkson off the bench. Whatever it is. I don't know. I still am more scared of the Nuggets. I think it's slowly becoming evident that it's a 2-team race in the West again. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, the Nuggets and the Jazz probably aren't anywhere near a fully healthy Lakers or Clippers. Like literally 4 or 5 games. And I don't know. Call me outlandish because I'm a fan, but like the way the Clippers are locked in and the way their stars are playing, like when your stars play with the chip on their shoulder, it's different. It's nice when the team buys into your stars and it helps the whole thing catalyst and move and just work well and it's smooth, crisp, Spurs-like basketball from back in the day, as we used to say. It's another thing when your stars are angry and feel like the league thinks they're weak. And I feel like even Kawhi has a little bit of Paul George's chip on his shoulder. Like, they think I'm out here with – I recruited some dude that can't play. They think I don't know who I need to play with. They think I don't know how to build a team. They think I don't know how to go get this done. Like, I ain't done it twice before against this man that's getting it done. So I think that makes them slowly different than the Nuggets and Jazz overall.
I like a lot of that point as well. I don't know. The $200 million man in Utah does not scare me. Like Rudy Gobert.
He doesn't.
There's 2 men that play the center position that I'm paying that money. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and the list is done. It's done right there. Rudy would not sniff $200 million from me. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, I would have to think about that. But
He's a rim protector, and he's a pretty good one, but he's not like a fearful, intimidating one. He's literally just, you can't, it's hard to score a basket when you have to go above. This guy's like 13 feet in the air or whatever it is with his arms up. Like, he's a good one, but he's beatable. Like, Rudy Gobert is beatable, and he cannot give you that type of production on the offensive end. So it's like, at some point, you only have a certain ceiling to your worth to me. And like, I can get 3 straight weeks of 40 bombs from Joel Embiid. That's worth $200 million right there. Thank you.
he gets hurt a lot too, though.
Yeah, he does.
The only 2 guys I can do it. And they're going to be there. They're going to be the 3. That's the 4 teams in the West. I think it's no doubt.
But I will say to what Zach said, though, about the 2 best teams, I do think it is a 2-team race. But I'm starting to think it's not that close between these 2 teams. I do think the Lakers are definitely better than the Clippers. I think it is a big
really okay.
I do think
continue.
I do think it's I don't know necessarily if it will be this way in the playoffs, but as of now, I do think it is a gap between these 2 teams still. Because like I look at the Lakers, even when they're struggling, like AD doesn't give a shit right now, and they're still winning these games. Like
LeBron doesn't give a shit. I was hearing it on, I forgot what podcast it was, but Kevin Love was literally telling a story about when they played the Lakers and how LeBron was just literally joking around all game. And he was like, look, if they gap me on this pick and roll, I'm going to shoot this bitch from right here. And it's literally, you can see the video. It's on video. Kevin Love is like, and LeBron gets hot this game. LeBron has like 40. This is the game when the owner clapped at him and he goes off. And then so once he goes off, there's like 20 straight points. He goes off against him. So he's literally dribbling, talking to Kevin Love, like, if his dude gaps me on this pick and roll, I'm going to shoot this bitch from right here. And Love's looking at it like, so I think it's Isaac Okoro. He's like, it's one of our rookies guarding him. So he's just listening to the playbook. We've been saying gap LeBron all day on the pick and roll, but he's like, this dude's on fucking fire. You need to switch, and you can't be gapping him no more. So long story short, LeBron pulls it from fucking like 35. You can see in the video, Kevin Love, as the ball goes up and Love throws his hands up in the air and just walks out the gym. I was like, this is over. LeBron just is killing him. And it's like, this team is on some other shit and they're playing around right now and they're just having fun and they're sandbagging. Like, they're not even playing hard right now and they're still beating teams' ass and they're coming back from so far down. That team they're special right now. And not saying the Clippers can't beat them, but it is a gap. And to say it's not a gap to me, I think is kind of blind. It's a gap.
Absolutely. I think the Clippers have probably played the best basketball of any team in the NBA this year. If you take the Mavericks loss, which I think is obviously a fluke loss with how the fucking Mavericks have turned out to be, the Clippers are averaging to beat every team in the NBA.
That's fine, but
every win by like 14
still won't change
points.
my opinion, though.
That's I think that I'm just saying it's not blind to think.
No, but like what I'm saying though is like, even with the Clippers playing their best basketball, still won't really change what my point is though. Is that like the Lakers aren't playing their best basketball.
Oh, for sure. I get that.
Far from playing their best basketball, and they're still definitively handling teams. They're still coming back from big ass leads. And like they're still just dragging their feet. And they're winning these games. And to me, that is a big sign.
I will say this about the Lakers. They aren't playing their best, but they have guys playing way above their grade. Alex Caruso was shooting like almost 60% from three. That has come way down recently, which is way more level. But to that point, as that came down, Anthony Davis picked it up, and it's like, well, they're still obviously elite as fuck.
I don't know if Taylor Horton Tucker is playing over his head, though. I think he's just nice.
I didn't say Taylor Horton Tucker.
No, I was just saying, like, before we get there, I think he is just nice as shit, though.
And then KCP also was shooting almost 60%, but he's going to shoot closer to that than Alex Caruso. KCP is still a really good shooter.
That man can shoot.
Yeah, he can he got a fucking clip.
He can shoot. That man.
So they had a couple dudes that were paying like above their head, super to me. I mean, I will say, to be devil's advocate, so have the Clippers. I mean, Nicholas Batum has been arguably like, I can't even describe my love for Nicholas Batum. I'm telling you guys, I want to just walk around.
I think the Clippers are playing well. Like really well.
More, yeah.
What did you
to
think,
say
Zach?
the least? I think to say there's a gap between the Lakers and Clippers is a stretch. Like, and you can call it fandom, whatever you want, but that's a stretch. Like, and I agree with everything you said about the Lakers. We talked about this earlier today. We were playing some video games and we talked basketball today, and I was like, that. I think I brought it up. Like, it worries me that AD doesn't care right now. Like, he checks out of like 26 minutes of basketball a night, just runs up and down the floor thinking about Instagram models or something. Like, he literally just doesn't care. And then checks back in for a few minutes and will be like, jab step. Okay, he's nice. And that worries me. But in the same token, like, you can't look at how good this Clipper team is playing and think that they're literally couldn't play 7 games with any team in the league. I think they go with any team in the league, they give them 7 games and can beat them. So I don't think there's a definitive gap there. I don't think the Lakers are definitively better. I mean, the Lakers are great. And I'm not even worried about them flipping the switch. I'm not even going to go there because LeBron is like the guy in the league. That
I think that's kind of where it comes down to. It's like
they're allowed to flip the switch. I know they're going to flip it. I know they're going to. Yeah, I know that LeBron always flips the switch. His team never doesn't flip the switch. So it's like, I'm not going to go there. I just think I'm looking at it as how good does this other team look? And then put that into as good as I think the Lakers are going to eventually look. And I think it's very comparable. I think there's a gap.
If they played each other
but the
right
Clippers
now,
look now,
the
Clippers would be head. Oh, like tomorrow? I don't know. I feel really good because the Lakers are sloppy.
Still win that game in a 7-game series.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I
I,
don't think
I
they're in
trust
their
they'll flip the
final form.
switch.
I
I don't know though.
It's all
Not
interesting.
the Laker form right now against the Clipper current form right now. If that's what you're saying, the Clippers would beat that team in 4 or 5 games. Absolutely. That the Laker team doesn't close. They're blowing late leads to weak Eastern Conference teams. They're far better on the road than they are at home right now, which is weird. Right?
Every
If you're
game's like a
talking
road
about
game.
current forms, if you're talking about current forms, absolutely not. But I'm looking at it as Clippers are looking as possibly as good as they could be to what I project the Lakers will look like, and there's not a big gap in that.
I
to me, in
wonder
my
if
opinion.
some teams are better on the road, depending on if their stadiums are allowed to have fans and so forth. Because like Staples
would-
isn't allowed to have
yeah.
fans.
I've been wanting to think that too.
How teams
I
are
totally
playing
feel
in
that.
stadiums with fans.
Because LeBron
as
said
opposed to
it,
not.
like even when he got into that little banter with the girl or the wife and so forth, he was like, I enjoy that though. Like I enjoy the banter between fans. Like, so I wonder, like, is that a factor? I'm not saying just strictly for the Lakers, but like in general, all teams like that actually do get to play on road
Right.
games compared to like their home schedules if they're in a state that doesn't allow fans. I need like somebody on Reddit to crunch the numbers for me.
Set
That's
producer
a-
of the
that's a
show
Reddit deal for
is
sure.
entrenched
because I'm
in
not
that.
doing
She
that.
is set producer of the show is convinced that like the superstars, the guys that feed off of the energy in the crowd and that are like performers and they understand the arts of performing. She says she 100% thinks those guys are affected by it and thinks that it takes extra out of them to bring that level of like play
Showmanship
because
and, like, that
showmanship
that
and
they
do
have
that
behind
stuff
it.
without it there. And I think there's something to be said for it. I think the more I watch basketball, the more set producer's probably right.
I would agree with that. I want
Well,
to
shit,
talk
before we get off that, what player do you think most is like that then?
LeBron James.
I mean, at the
he's
end of the day, he's a
still
different breed. Like he's gonna do it. I mean, I think
Oh,
I
like-
think you're wrong though. Like Anthony Davis might be that guy. Like maybe that's what's wrong with Anthony Davis right now is he's like, times like this when he has
He needs the
easy
motivation.
expectations.
Mhm.
Because right now it's easy expectations for him, and maybe he needs that feed every night, that energy, that extra juice. Maybe someone like him, I think. And Terrence mentioned it on Xbox Day. I think Jamal Murray might be one of those guys.
But no, I don't know if Mark Murray is one of those guys because he played better without people. Like he was amazing in the bubble without any fans. Like I think he might be one of those guys. What I was saying was
Opposite of
like
it
he
then,
might be
yeah.
one of those guys that actually benefited from the bubble. Like with playing with nobody in front of you with no expectations, it was kind of easy. It gave you that AAU aspect.
I
Yeah.
wanted to touch on a team I just had mentioned earlier was the Mavericks, who are they might last I checked, but then they had we're last in the West. I mean, Luka
They need
Doncic
help.
came out and said it about some things, and kind of two questions. Do you think the Mavericks will recover and make the playoffs? I'm just going to ask that question right now because I think that's completely up in the air at this point. And B, like, how do you feel about Luka like going public about that and saying things like, that his team needs help and this is like shit needs to change, yada yada yada.
I got three
Um,
for him. One, what was the first one actually? I'm sorry. Because I just
Do you think this team?
Do you think they'll rebound and make the playoffs?
unless they make a trade, because that's kind of second to my second point. They could still make the playoffs, but that team needs a point guard. I knocked the Clippers the most about they need a point guard, but that team actually needs a point guard because Luka takes way too many bad shots way too early in a shot clock. It's a lot of him doing a lot of
Yeah.
dumb
Is Luka a
shit.
point guard? Like
Yes,
LeBron.
he runs point for them. He starts at the one for them. Like that's what's wild. Like he's usually their starting point guard, which I understand he's a great playmaker and everything, but they still, in my opinion, should probably go get a point guard. Like Jalen Brunson's a really good backup and so forth, but they might actually be the team that needs a point guard and take the ball out of Luka's hands somewhat because he's doing too much. And it's
And I
way
think
too much.
it's-
I like what you're
And it's-
saying, but
and
I
it's
don't
like
think it's point guard. I think it's like that Bradley Beal move. We're trying to get Bradley Beal out of somewhere. Like that might be a perfect fit because then Lucas still runs the show. Bradley's so good off ball. Neither one's really bad off ball. And I don't think it messes with KP's mix at all
Actually like the
either.
Brad-
Bradley can play with
And-
anyone, so I don't have
Right. And Luka's so good at setting people up for jump shots. And it takes the pressure because they're the worst 3-point shooting team in the league right now. And it takes the pressure of Luka having to be a 3-point shooter and KP having to be their best post presence and their best 3-point shooter at the same time.
That's
Does
a
not
great
work.
point. He's a horrible 3-point shooter.
Right. So
He's not a good shooter.
Bradley Beal stretches the floor
no.
so much right
He's
away.
LeBron.
And then you can make KP can shoot the three, but he's like your 2K big. Like you need to start him at the rim and work him out. And all of a sudden it's green strip, green strip, green strip. But like you can't start KP pick and pop at the very beginning of the game. It's hard to get him going like that. I think like a Bradley Beal, that's like the hot superstar target to get
like,
moved. I think that could take that team really to a next level for sure.
I'm gonna just say it. I don't think they're gonna make
like
the playoffs. I think you're right, Terrence. Like they'll have to make a trade and like they better start making the run pre-trade, and the trade better put them over the top. Like it just they look like just a bad basketball team. Like everybody knows that everybody has seen this playing basketball at any level, park, whatever, growing up. When you have one really good basketball player and everybody else sucks, everybody like that guy, everybody's just like on this guy, and it's like
I want to hear it. Nope.
And like we just said, Luka can't shoot like that. He's early LeBron, so it's like he's still doing it, right? Like
that's what it is. It's that he can't shoot like that.
And it's like, so yes, they're doing that to Luka, and he's still breaking them down, and it's like 20, 30 points. But it's like you can't win a basketball game like that. It takes everything out of you, and you can't stay in a basketball game doing that. Like
levels.
But I will say, I love that he did it like immediately. He addressed this now, like publicly, let Mark Cuban know, like, look, dude, I know you want me here.
Is it cool though?
I think it is. You want me?
I don't know. We can play devil's advocate, actually.
I want to be here. You want me here, right? Like, let's do it now. Let's not wait and let this fester for 2-3 seasons, and then we all hate
I agree
each
with
other.
that though.
We all hate each other, and then I got to leave in a ball of fury, and everybody's image gets fucked up. I'm going to address this now, 25 games into this season, so we know it has to get changed. That way, if it doesn't, Luka's like, I've already been said, Mark Cuban isn't listening, or whoever is not listening, I can go guilt-free. Like, he can leave guilt-free. I wanted to win here. They didn't want to win, whatever it is. Like, I think it's like, I was like, yes, do it now. Early, boom, get it out the way. We need help. This team is not it. Bang.
I don't know. I would say it's a little early to be completely crying for extra help. Like, but at the same time, I understand you're trying to win and everything. But my problem with Luka is he does complain a lot. It's like it has been clips literally shown of this dude. Their defense is hampered because he's complaining. This dude is literally back arguing, and the ball gets thrown over their head and they score.
I so agree with that, Terrence.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, I understand you want your calls. Every superstar wants their calls, but to the point of it's levels to this shit. If we tried to crown Luka of the NBA trying to pass the torch to you being the next face of the league, well, buddy, step up then. Because we want to talk about guys who don't have any talent. You tried to tell me Steph Curry wasn't going to do shit, but yet look at what he's doing.
100%.
Look at what the fuck the chef is doing.
Yep.
Like,
I'll agree with you.
Guys who it's level. I've tried to say this all the time. It's fucking levels to this stuff in the professional leagues. All these guys are really good. That's why you're here. But the guys that are really, really good, it's a reason why. And Steph Curry has shown you why. LeBron James ain't got a jump shot for hella long, but now he does. But like prior to all those years in Cleveland, he was taking his teams deep without no jump shot.
Bro,
come on, Luka, miss me with that shit.
Yeah, you know what's
look at James Harden. James Harden was taking teams deep with that sorry ass Rockets team. He could shoot the hell out of the ball, but it wasn't these crazy deep talented teams. Miss me with that, Luka. I know you need help. We all need help. But to have your team last in the West when we were trying to give you the torch, miss me with that shit. Miss me.
You know, it's funny. We can all talk about there's so many different ways to measure LeBron James' greatness and everything, yada yada. But you just mentioned it. Like Luka has a player like Kristaps Porzingis next to him. I can't even scream.
Tim Hardaway's no bum.
I can't scream how right you are about like there's no way you can be last in the West. Are you a perennial contender? You're probably right. This team probably isn't, and you're probably right to see that. But you should. That's how great LeBron James is. Think about those teams. Like you said, he was dragging deep into the playoffs. They did not have a player anywhere near the level of Kristaps Porzingis playing alongside LeBron James. Nowhere near. That's how crazy great LeBron James is.
But James Harden, they're a playoff team.
I have no problem with Luka being brutally honest about what he thinks the team's needs to reach the expectation. I agree with you as well, though. You could be brutally honest, Luka, and tell me this needs changing to be successful. In that same stroke, in the same breath, unacceptable, regardless of who the fuck I have out here around you. And I can tell you who's out there right now is not a last place team. Unacceptable to be last place. Be brutally honest. Tell me I need to change some things, but I'm going to look at you and be like, I hear you. Go play some better fucking basketball because this team is a lot better than 14th in the fucking West.
Exactly. Now, if they were 9th in the West, and it's like, man, look, man, I'm killing right now. Like, come on, give me some help. It's like, all right,
Help me!
like help me. I'm dying over here. But it's like, that ain't what's going on, bro. We getting torched right now. Like Bradley Bill got a stronger case than you, bro. Like,
A stronger
they in
case?
last place,
Who got-
but he over
who
there
got a
getting
stronger?
40 a game. Like,
Who
he
got
don't
a-
even
who
want
got
to
a stronger
trade it.
case
He's
than
literally
Bradley?
like, help me. Like, just give me some help, man. Like, I'm happy here, but give me some help. Like, I'm putting
Yeah.
up 40 a night. Like, get me some help. So it's like, miss me with that, Luka. We literally were trying to give you the torch, the face of the league, and you're not doing face of the league things. Like, I'm sorry, you're just not.
And then before we get off hoops, we
God,
got
that
one-
speaks how good LeBron is. Like,
I
who
don't-
Crazy.
retires?
It's
As-
crazy.
As
It's
you
not
were
even
saying
stat,
it,
it's like-
I was just like, man, I was just thinking
We're
it
so
like,
spoiled. We went from Jordan, Kobe to LeBron. Like, ain't nobody stepping
Crazy.
up right. Like, I see no one stepping into these type of shit right now.
no.
It might be the one cool thing about it will be it could be an era
Hella
of like just
parody.
a ton of champions, a ton of different champions, right? Like
That's
it could be a
sorry-ass
different
era.
story every year. But you gotta like
That's a
take it as
pessimistic way
for
to
what
look
it
at it
is,
to me.
right? Right. You gotta take it for what it is. It might be accurate. It might be a sorry ass era, right? Like, but you
But
gotta
it'll be
take it for what it
competitive.
is. It's competitive and it's different and fresh every year until you find that next one in a million, you know? And I don't know.
Sad. That made me
I
instantly sad, to be honest.
it is though. It's
Well,
like
hey, let me make you
Go ahead.
happy again. LeBron James still does not look slower
know,
or
dude.
anything.
I know.
So at
No.
at this pace, you got like 5 more years of LeBron James.
Only thing that makes me sad is if that man ever comes out to be on like PEDs or something. I would be I
I don't even want to keep
I'm not even putting it into the
talking about
universe.
that. Ugh.
I just
I'm
don't
blocking it. I'm
understand.
blocking
Like,
it. Like
Ugh.
I pray this never happens, but I just don't understand. I just
Ugh.
don't understand.
Man.
One more
Like
thing before we
TB12,
get-
like what's in a TB12 too, man?
Oh,
Shit.
if I don't even him. they're
$500,000 into your body every year.
not- whatever him, Ronaldo, LeBron, Ronaldo.
What are
Tom
you
Brady,
doing that's
all on
$1
the same
million
shit.
for your body anyway though? That's what the shit I be wanting to know. Like, well, man, what are we doing here? I don't know. I digress. But we're moving on, Jake. Where you got us? Where you taking us to?
I just wanted to mention the East. You know what's funny? I will say this. I think we can all agree. Like, I don't know, Milwaukee is less appetizing by the fucking game to me.
I've never
Like,
been fooled. You guys know me. Don't get me started. I don't want to get started on
He's still
Milwaukee.
nice.
I don't
shit.
want to talk about Milwaukee. I'm just, I don't. Philly still seems like fool's gold to me. I'm not 100% sold on
I
Philly.
don't know. I'm ready to get
And-
hyped
and
on
I-
Doc
and-
again. I'm ready to get
Second
hyped
place
on
though.
Doc again.
Boston looks good, but I don't know.
I'm still
Same thing. I
drinking the
still
juice
don't
there.
know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care how many. I don't even care if they only win like 45 games or whatever it is. Brooklyn is the best. Is the team to beat in the East. And I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you. To me, this is what it is about Brooklyn. It's like, do they play defense? Not a lot. Not all the time. And they had to. against
Not
that-
often.
Not often. Sometimes they fucking strap in though, because they got guys like that. Their guys can like Harden and KD can be like, all right, fuck, let's get stops. But like, look, they
That's
had that
crazy.
horrible.
People really thought Harden couldn't defend. Like, nah, he's
Nah, he
He
can't.
athletic
Like you
enough to
said,
defend.
when he's
Don't
like,
have to.
like Jake said, okay, fuck, I gotta get stops. Like,
And it was like they had that previous L and they're looking awful, so they had to come into that Clipper game and like head strapped on tight, bro. Like they had to show out. TNT game, you knew they were coming with some heat. But here's the thing: even if they don't fucking play defense, like they score in these fucking waves on you, right? And it's like if you can't keep up, then like you're cooked. Like you have.
they will. It's like that era of Warriors basketball where like they will just like hit you with a couple. They will hit you with a couple waves that are that will just drown you. Like you cannot recover from a couple 15-0 spurts in like 3 minutes of basketball where you look up and you're down 26 and you're like, it's an hour and a half to get back from this. How am I ever going to get back from 26? Yeah, I agree.
They have
with the
one
East.
big man. They have
I
technically
agree.
2 bigs on the team. That's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing I had to say about the Eastern Conference, Jake, was I wanted to shoot Fred VanVleet some roses for the franchise record. I got a first eye view at work. That was my assigned game for highlights that night. So I literally watched every second. My eyeballs were glued to every second of coverage of that 50 piece. And that man is awesome, especially if you know the Fred VanVleet story of like his college career and like not a highly recruited NBA player, and like the rise of Fred VanVleet to culminate and now be the franchise leader in points for the Toronto Raptors after a night like that. Wow. I just wanted to give him a quick shout out. That was fantastic. Fred VanVleet, man, huge fan.
That was badass.
Fantastic. It was an awesome game. I mean, and he played it. He was so hot from three, and then he literally went like 7 from 8 from three, and then the closeouts were nasty, and he just fucking opened up the layup package, and it literally was just, it was like watching a video game, man. Shout out Fred VanVleet, wherever you guys want to go.
My only team on the East to talk about is the Heat. Like they're damn near in last place as well. They're 8-14. Be it Jimmy Butler missed all those games in COVID, and I do think that team would still make the playoffs, but it's just they got to pick it up. But they've been sick and affected the most. But 14, I was just in the finals. It is kind of crazy to see that they're almost last in the East.
100%. Couldn't agree more. It's crazy. Yeah. Before you guys smell that? Somebody leave the stove on. The hot stove had some hot stove action today. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, and that team needed it.
First off,
Go to the polls.
God bless. Rest in peace, Bob Nightingale. Super sorry about your career, brother. Super
sorry about your Twitter. RIP that Twitter. Dude deleted his Twitter.
I think it's still, no, I looked it up. It was still there. It was still there. He was tweeting about Bauer signing. Poor guy. But the big news
Just
today.
Rage quit.
Yeah, he rage quitted hard out of Twitter today. After Bob Nightingale was saying that the Mets had reached a deal yesterday, the Dodgers swoop in and sign Trevor Bauer. Bauer outage coming to the Dodgers. Fucking crazy signing. I'm stoked on it. Obviously, couldn't be more juiced on it. Dodgers already a favorite in the West, already a favorite in the NL, arguably favorite for the World Series. I just think there's case. Obviously, only got stronger. Cy Young winner joins the team. But do you want to just get into the discussion then right away, Terrence, that we were having that led to this? Is that what you just would get right into it? So before Bauer signed yesterday, this is the background of everything. Before Bauer signs, it was narrowed down to 2 teams, they said. And we all were speculating it was Cubs and Dodgers and Mets. And so then the question was asked, who do you think needed to sign him more, Mets or Dodgers? And there was 2 sides to this argument. One side was Dodgers or Mets, because the Dodgers are already the favorites in the West. And even if they don't get Trevor Bauer, they will probably still be the favorites in the West and probably still the favorites to win the NL, even if the Mets got Bauer. So in that regard, it was the Mets need him more because the Dodgers are fine even without him. And the other side was the Dodgers need to sign him more because the Padres have clearly been going for it. I mean, obviously they have, since last year's deadline where they got Clevenger, they have made more moves. They get Yu Darvish, they go get Blake Snell, they sign Joe Musgrove. Obviously the Padres make major moves after a crazy big year. So that side of the coin was the Dodgers should, to try to keep pace with the great offseason the Padres had, were the 2 sides of the argument. It's kind of where we jumped into it. I don't know. Where do you guys want to go from there? It's kind of.
We're gonna go to the Twitter post because that's where.
So then it kind of turned into which starting staff would you rather have, was kind of what we were discussing.
Nah, not really, because I think we all would all kind of agree to the Dodgers, but it was because
the what was I said, May, Hirsch, Bueller, Price, whoever greater than sign. Musgrove,
this was prior to Bauer.
Darvish.
Right.
I just broke the whole timeline down. I said this is. That's
I got you.
Even without Bauer, like the Dodgers staff, no Bauer was better. Was I said greater than sign than the Padres staff, and you said you would rather.
Yeah, I don't agree.
You said no,
and then I like Padres better without Bauer. Yes,
and which then led into. Hold up, I have the conversation.
Then I'm up with you. I got you. I get what you're saying.
Which then led into that, and we all thought that Well, me and Zach both thought the Dodger staff for sure. And the statement was, I'm pulling up the poll right now. So
And that's a Kershaw.
Well, it led to Kershaw because I broke down the staff for the Padres, right? And I said where I was wrong because I said the Padres' only true proven starter was Blake Snell, which is wrong because Yu Darvish is proven. But what I was trying to say was he's just got a ton of miles on him. And before last year, in a shortened season, I will say, but he was lights fucking out.
But nobody has more miles than Kershaw, though.
And he still has
But
never.
he has no drop off. He's like LeBron. He hasn't really had a drop off.
So
I'm not
if
saying
I can
that,
get this
but,
out,
like,
if
he
I
has
can get this
miles.
out, if I can get this out. So before last year, Yu Darvish had a major drop off in this previous 2 or 3 seasons.
Agreed.
So, which is what I was wrong to say Yu Darvish isn't proven. But other than that, I said the only proven pitcher is Blake Snell, which other than Blake Snell and Yu Darvish, nobody else on that staff really is proven for anything yet. Although I do think LeMay has the opportunity to be better than anybody on that staff because
And who's proven for the Dodgers, just to make sure?
Walker Buehler. First off, everybody that just won that World Series, Walker Buehler has 1,000% proven.
So
his
everyone
worth.
that won the World Series is proven.
Well, let's see. Julio Urias
On the Dodgers staff, I think so.
Stop.
I'm
Julio
asking.
Ur-
This is a
Julio
legit question. I'm
Urias,
asking.
ice, veins, ice.
Julio, I'm
Dustin
not
May-
arguing.
Dustin May was sketchy. He was sketchy at times.
I'm not giving you May.
Wasn't as proven as much, but he's just as
In
good.
my opinion, it would be Kershaw,
Buehler, Kershaw, David
and
Price.
Julio.
David
Oh, yeah.
Price?
David Price.
I forgot about
Still
Price. He
under
pitched all
contract,
last
yeah.
year. And then
Still under
David, but-
contract.
Yeah, he's there. Of course. I'm not going to knock David Price.
Walker
That'd be the
Buehler,
most-
Clayton Kershaw, Julio Urias, David Price. I got almost a full staff right there, and I can take my chances with Dustin May.
Of course.
And
No, I feel fine with that.
Tony Gonsolin, no, he's not.
No, absolutely
I would
not.
put him in the same boat as May. But all those guys are
both
really
behind
good.
him.
Like this was never like a knock on the Dodgers. It was just I liked what the Padres was doing, but then you get Bauer and it just fucking blows the staff out of the water, so it really doesn't matter.
I don't
'Cause,
know
like,
if it's
even
out of
with
the water to
Clevinger-
you. Well, you
It is
said
out
with
of the water.
Clevinger, you said with Clevinger, you think that
Clevinger,
puts
if you-
the
I
Padres
was
back
gonna-
over.
You just jump right back in it. Even with Clevinger, the Dodgers still have the better staff, but it is a lot closer than I think you're giving them any credit. Like the Padres have a legit staff. Like they have, in my opinion, the staff was better, but not now. Obviously, with Bauer being on it, the Bauer addition blows them out of the water. That is, I told you guys earlier, it's stacking a deck. You can argue with your ancestors. That shit is stacking a deck. With, in my opinion, the Dodgers did it the right way, though. It's just like when the Warriors got KD. It's not my fault we were able to do it. Like it is what it is. Like
I
I
will
can't
also
get mad
say
at you for being able to do it, though.
They really
I don't think
haven't-
this is like the KD move at all. Personally, I'm sorry.
at all.
Yes, it
And
is.
I will say because the whole Dodger team, basically for the most part, is all homegrown. All your best players minus Bauer,
Okay, same
are
was the same thing with
all
the
homegrown.
Like,
Warriors.
we-
Who was
And
not homegrown
Bauer's
for the
not
Warriors,
Kevin
though?
Durant.
Not even that Bauer's not Kevin Durant. It's that like
He's
we
not
didn't
Kevin Durant, though. I would agree with that.
we didn't tragically destroy Trevor Bauer's season and nearly create a rivalry between our two teams so Bauer could come join us. Bauer's been skating around since the Indians wanting to find a home.
Well, yeah, I guess in that sense, the whole KD 3-1 shit is a little different. But like I said, the staffs with Clevinger are super close in my opinion, but it's still I would give to the Dodgers because they're the big brothers. Until you knock them off the top, they're going to be the champs, and you have to pay their homage to them and respect them. But I do think you guys are like, oh, it's the little brothers. It's kind of like how you guys want your respect of being a Clipper fan, but all the Laker fans are like, shut the fuck up. Your team sucks. You don't have a chance in hell. That's honestly how you guys come off talking about the Padres.
I just said the Padres are going to be really good. Like I expect them to be in the playoffs. Like they're really going to be there. I've never.
I'm
said
just
anything
telling
like
you
that
how
about
it
the
comes
Padres.
off. That's
That's-
fine. I'm
that's
telling you.
fine.
The Dodgers
It can
for
come off
sure
like-
should have been the favorites though. Like I'm not saying anything nobody else doesn't think.
The
That's
Lakers haven't had 6 straight years in the Western Conference destroying the entire league. Like that, I can come off arrogant. That's fine if it comes off like that. The proof
I'm
is
just
the
telling you how it
Dodgers
comes
for
off. I don't care what
that's
you do.
fine.
I'm just telling you
That's
how it comes
fine.
off.
That's fine. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not what it is because unlike the Lakers, who were just absolute the bottom barrel of the Western Conference before LeBron came over, the Dodgers have had sustained excellence in this division for
But Laker
literally
fans
8
felt that
years.
way even when they were dominating you, though. So, like, when
Okay,
they
They
but
should
that's
have
not.
felt
But
that.
that
They should
they
have
should
felt
have,
that way
and
when
they
they-
should have felt that way right now.
When they were
That's what they.
dominating,
When they were
the
dominating,
Clippers and the Clippers stink, for sure they should have felt that way. Why wouldn't
Okay,
they?
I don't really know what we're
as they would. I don't know. You said we sound like Laker fans right now, and what Laker fans
I
sound like
didn't
right
say
now
you sound like Laker
isn't
fans. I said
isn't
that
the
is
same.
comparable in the sense of how no matter what the little brother does, no matter what he does, it's like, shut the fuck up until you prove me better. It doesn't matter.
I don't think the
That's
Padres
how
are
it
like
sounds.
that.
That's all I'm saying. But you guys want to go on your tangent and
think-
not letting me get my point out. That's what my saying is in that comparison of when the Clippers are just as good as the Lakers, it's evident that their rosters are just as good. Now, you can argue the semantics of, whoa, can they beat them in a 7-game series? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The rosters are just as good. You can look at the Padres roster. It's just as good to beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series. You can argue the semantics, and maybe you could come out with the Dodgers on top. But to act like that gap is massive is absurd. Just like when I told you the gap with the Lakers. Hold on. Just like I told you earlier in this episode that the gap between the Lakers and Clippers was huge. You thought I was absurd for that. And just now, same way I tell you now, you just told me that I'm tripping that this gap is huge. That is what I mean in that comparison.
I never thought the gap was huge. I thought the Dodgers would definitely win, but like 3 games isn't a lot by winning the division. I thought the Dodgers would win.
That's low key a lot.
That's not a huge. That's not a lot. A 3-game
Zach,
lead is
what?
not a big. That's like
It took me 159 games to win the division. That's hard. That's a lot.
Yeah, like if you win the division by like
I
fucking
believe
4
the
games or
Padres
more,
will
that's
win the
solid.
wild card.
Well, that's crazy because I just said we were going to win it by 3 games.
I believe the Dodgers will win the
No, I think
division.
like
The
more than
Padres
2.
will be the wild card. It will be a dogfight all season, but the Dodgers probably come out on top.
Okay,
Right.
I don't know.
thought
I
this-
think
and I said
I
last
think
year,
the
I think
Padres could win the World Series because the wild card teams are always hot anyway.
Padres
baseball's
are
crazy.
like we said.
Psycho.
I said it last year. The Padres are on the cusp. Like this is. We said last year they were a year early. Last
Just
year
Matt Clevinger got hurt. They shouldn't have ever played him.
they're on the cusp. But I mean, we always talk about Dodgers are fucking death row, dude. Like sometimes Cody Bellinger would bat like 6th or 7th in that lineup. Like
That's why the Padres aren't fully ready yet. I think did I talk about this with you?
That's what I'm saying. Like
yesterday, or was it Zach?
the roster for the Dodgers is just it's
They
absurd.
still have a few holes. Like that's the difference. They still have a few holes in their lineup, and the Dodgers don't yet.
ever. Like
No.
it's crazy. It's
The Dodgers'
absurd.
problem is their pitching, but then they went and got Bauer. It's like, well, fuck, it really is no holes
So this
now.
conversation then, though, before you get out of here, did turn into this, which the question was, the statement was told, dudes aren't scared of Clayton Kershaw anymore. And I said, no way. So there was 3
don't think
votes.
so.
There was 3 votes within this discussion of Dodger Padres rivalry we had. First one was, do you think hitters are scared to face Kershaw in the postseason? 39 votes, and it was literally dead even, almost 51% nope, 49% yep. Is that the one where you voted wrong, but then you had to go back and vote again the other way? Okay, that's what I thought. That was that one.
So it's basically
Almost
same
50-50. Almost 50-50. If one guy
That's
could
crazy.
if one guy would have got there
Which-
a minute later, he could have voted.
Well,
one
even
way
if
or
you
the
take
other.
my vote out, it would be the same percentage.
Yeah,
Because I
with-
voted twice. It'd be the same.
That's what I'm saying. So it's nearly 50%. Some people say nope, which I think is crazy to me. And
I don't think at all it's crazy.
and then we'll go through
The
it
fact
all right
that-
now.
the
We'll go
fact
through
that
it
it's
all.
fit, hold on. The fact that it's 50-50 only proves Terrence's point right because we thought it was a landslide. No way. Just
100%.
continue.
So the second vote, though, which is so funny because it almost doesn't make sense with how you look at the first one, but I guess that they are different things, was which pitching staff would you rather have? 32 votes.
I voted
Eight-
for Dodgers.
This was before Bauer.
Doesn't matter. I had thought about it and it was like, fuck, it's
You
probably the
just
Dodgers.
thought about it and you just told me 10 minutes ago that you said without Bauer, you still would take the Padres 10
Yeah,
minutes ago.
but
So-
I voted.
So
I
a
voted
day
on a
ago,
poll.
a day ago you thought,
I don't know, man.
a day ago you
flip-flop
thought the
sometimes.
Padres,
I'm a
but
waffle.
then 6 hours
That's-
later,
He's a
6
waffler for
hours-
sure.
for
Big
sure,
waffler
6
right
hours-
there.
Then 6 hours later, you thought, well, the Dodgers when it comes to my vote. But then you went another 14.
Well, how about
16
this? Let's
then you
just
went
say this.
16 hours.
I was
and
high
came back
doing all
on
of it.
Mike. Then you went 16 hours and came back on Mike and went doubled down on the Padres, even though you casted your
So
vote for the
accept my
Dodgers.
double down. My double down is how I really feel.
I don't know what you think, dude.
I don't know either, dude. I mean,
So within this conversation, we then were talking about Yu Darvish and Clayton Kershaw because I definitely misspoke on Yu Darvish saying he's not proven, but he is. And I was saying
both
so
their ERAs are ass.
was who is more of a choke, Clayton Kershaw or Yu Darvish? 31 votes. Close, but it is definitely more for 58% to 42. So 31 votes.
We're in
That's-
SoCal though. You got to think about that. Everybody that voted on that was, Dodger fans probably that were like seeing Clayton rip their heart out.
Okay, so those are the 3 votes. 58% for Kershaw, 42% says Darvish is more of a choke. All right. I got a
Well,
whole
the first one is the
plethora
real
of
one that's
things.
interesting to me.
I got a whole plethora of things I could get into with this.
The first one.
So the first one about guys being scared. Zach is right. if we're going by the poll, it does prove our point because I was like, what are you talking about?
I wish we could poll this in the MLB.
Yes, I do as well.
I feel like that number would be close to that. It might be like in the 40s.
And here's why I think I would be a landslide in the MLB because guys are gonna sit there. You're gonna tell me right now that somebody's getting in the box, looking at fucking Clayton Kershaw in the highest leverage situation and going, yeah, I'm gonna eat this. No way to me. No way, dude. No.
I don't know, dude. Up until last year, that monkey was so fucking heavy, dude. Guys wanted to step in the box against him, man. I don't know. Personally, I really feel that way.
And then
Kershaw was giving up. I watch games with y'all in the postseason. Like I see y'all sweat with that man on the mound, and it's like, where's the fear?
Yeah.
The fear was in you.
Hey.
I got nothing for that. It's so true. But here's the
thing. Being scared at home isn't in the box, dog.
And here's another thing I want to say though. Like, he was nails last year, and he was great through this whole postseason and World Series run with the Astros getting caught for cheating. That didn't clear his name at all.
A little, but you know, people.
I think so.
No,
I mean, I think so.
Apparently not. He told me people aren't scared of him anymore. Don't say a little.
I genuinely people don't. No, that's not why I think people aren't scared of him anymore. I genuinely think people aren't scared of him anymore because he's not the same pitcher. Like he's just not the same guy anymore. He ain't blowing you away no more, and he might fucking hang one. And when he hangs one, look at that baby go.
Still waiting for a couple to drop. Still waiting.
Yeah, and he's low key liable to let some of those hang in the postseason. We've seen it, and I just don't think guys are scared of him anymore.
And here's my thing, like, and the other thing is the dudes.
Are guys scared of Zach Greinke?
Yeah, Zach Greinke's nasty.
Yeah, I think so. No, they're not. But
he's a great pitcher. But are you
with
scared
all due respect to Zach Greinke, he's not in the same league as Clayton Kershaw when it comes down to
No,
his
I'm
career.
not saying that.
Not in the same
they're
breath.
they're both not strikeout guys anymore. They're both pitching to spots and excellent at pinpointing pitches and shit. Like, is that truly intimidating, guys? Compared to a guy like Bauer, in a sense, not Bauer, like Bueller,
like Syndergaard or Bueller.
Yeah, like this fucking Randy Johnson, for instance. Like that, that's a horrible example. Everybody's scared of Randy Johnson. But you guys get what I'm saying? Like this lights out strikeout pitcher.
Were guys still scared of Kobe when he was on his last leg or Jordan in the Wizards uniform? Like, could Mike blow by him? No. Could Kobe blow by him? But dude still didn't want to be caught over there with nobody's absolutely ain't nobody want to be caught on an island with the back to the post. Like, hell no. Nah.
Here's my one more thing on Clayton Kershaw before the guy has pitched a fucking decade of playoffs. Like, you're gonna run into some bad starts, no doubt. Like, no doubt. And yes, there's been some heartbreakers. Nobody wants to talk about, like, I got literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking 6, 7, 8 inning starts in the NLCS or World Series. 6 to 8 inning starts, 2 runs or less. Honestly, 1 run or less.
Do you have his number tatted? Do you got a 22 somewhere on you?
No, I'm just a fucking normal human being who uses his eyes and doesn't go by the fucking headlines of the story. It is 419. But if you take out the one fucking Astros
I know,
World
we all
Series
heard the stories. If you take
like
out the
3-2.
Yeah, it's.
But it's not taking out the clunkers. It's taking out the cheating camera in center field.
They were clearly cut. Like, that's gotta.
That ain't his only clunkers though.
His worst starts are literally that is his worst ever post start. If you take out
that game, we know
there are others, and that's what I said. You're in a decade. You're pitching a decade of playoffs.
Tell that to Mariano.
You're gonna. Oh, okay. Let Kershaw go out there and pitch one fucking inning.
I will tell that to Mariano, who gave up Game 7 of the World Series against the Diamondbacks and lost. I will tell him that. Who also saw his fair share of run where it happened to him in the postseason.
No, it happens, Zach. No, he never did, because that was like literally one of 3 runs he ever gave up in the postseason. He did not see a fair share of shit other than dudes walking back to the dugout.
Yeah,
dude, he fucking gave up Game 7. They lost the game, the World Series.
And I don't even want to go here. I hate to shoot you down like this, Zach. Honestly, that was a broken bat too.
It was a basic to win the World Series. It was a basic to win the World Series.
And if the infield's not in, that's a fucking in Jared Jeter's glove.
But they were. Okay, but they were.
So
That's a
I'm not
base hit to
gonna-
win the World
I'm
Series.
not gonna use
Like my
Clayton
dad always
Kershaw.
said, if
I'm
my
not
aunt
about
has
to
a
put Clayton
mustache,
Kershaw
it's
on
my
Mario.
uncle. Like,
Yeah, my dad always said, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. You already know how it goes, dude.
Look, but so I'm not gonna even sit here and talk about Mariano getting his fair share in the
Nah, I was
postseason
just
because
fucking around.
no, Terrence, you're right. You're fucking around right. Zach is out of pocket over here saying Mariano got his fair share. He got his fair share of dudes getting K'd the fuck up, like
I
broken
honestly think
backs.
Kershaw's legacy is so fucked up because like he's a fantastic pitcher and he's been clutch in several instances, but he has those starts that will not change. He kind of has a little bit of Paul George, like the Paul George shit. Like, man, it doesn't matter really what you do, dude. Like your legacy is who you are. In a
Full,
sense.
how about this? Full.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna come to it again. You're telling me this year, if it was a full season and like he did last year, starts off the postseason. Kershaw.
If he does it again, maybe
mowed
not.
through the Brewers, then had a great start in the CS World Series, crushes. I mean, I feel like he'd be a racist.
He was so close to fucking up last season. I mean, in the postseason last year.
That's baseball, man. Everybody's always.
But it
in a
was
jam.
close. I remember watching that game
Everybody
like,
gets in a
oh,
jam.
Jesus. Don't do it again.
Who isn't in a
Like,
jam in the postseason, for real?
Um,
A walk is
even-
a jam. One walk is a jam in the postseason.
I
We're
can't
gonna-
believe they didn't let Blake Snell pitch.
We're gonna get to more baseball, but I will say, even without Bauer, the Mets made major moves, and I like that they it looks like they went to get DeGrom a little help and went for it with getting Lindor. And
When is
stuff.
Syndergaard going to be just healthy?
And
again?
Carrasco. Carrasco came with Lindor.
Bro,
Like that's
it's-
so
it's
slept
hard
on in
to
that
stay
move.
healthy.
With that, they just threw Carlos in there like he was nothing.
Like he's like somebody who's gonna switch up and down between AAA and not just sink right in above Stroman
Isn't
in the
Carlos
rotation.
Carrasco the
Like
one that
what?
he has like testicular cancer or something like that?
Yeah, but he's
I don't know if
coming
it's
back.
testicular, but I know he had cancer. I
Yeah.
thought it was.
And he came back and was like, "I'm still good." By the way.
I thought
Yeah,
Talon
no,
was the
it's
one
still
that had
Chubb.
testicular.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I thought they both
Tyon did.
But yeah, you're right. Tyon.
Is that
definitely
it? Tylon? Tylon?
did. I thought it was Tyon. Ty.
Yeah.
I have no idea. How to say it.
Ty.
I've never even heard it pronounced. He was nice though.
Ah, dude, it's not even March, and you already got me fucking
So what's
pissed
the
off about
Mets,
Clayton Kershaw. God
rotation?
damn it.
What is the Mets rotation? It's DeGrom,
DeGrom,
Syndergaard.
Steven Matz.
No,
he got
Steven Matz is a Blue Jay. It's
Yeah, he got
DeGrom, Thor, Stroman,
Carlos.
Carrasco, and then probably someone else, whoever they still have over there.
I'm
Whoever it could be.
dying.
Shane
for
Lugo
Marcus-
or whatever.
I'm dying for Marcus Stroman to be good, but I feel like he's gonna be mid.
Can't
I'm
be
not gonna lie. I feel like
No,
he's gonna
I
be
mean,
mid.
but no, I feel like he'll fit in now. He's a 3-4, which is what he's probably always really been closer to. He's probably only had a couple of years where he was like more of a 1-2. He's probably always had this Marcus Stroman.
Stroman is super solid. I'm super fine with Stroman being my 3-4.
I'm rooting for my.
Now
he's
he's more. Now he's closer to his skill level, which
He's
is a
an innings
3-4.
eater. Like, just go eat up a bunch of innings, dude. Like,
You can give
Okay.
up 4, just get through 7. Like
yeah, exactly. Like, just try to give up
if
3.
we're scoring 5, you can give up 3, just get through 6. Like
Like, everybody used to hate Jeff Samardzija, but I was like, he could pitch for me. He
no,
was my
Jeff
fourth pitch starter.
Samardzija
Used to eat up innings, but then he used to
Sleep.
give up a lot of
Samardzija was
bombs.
nice. The end of his career was shaky, but before that, nasty.
Innings eater.
Really good.
Innings-
Innings,
should've
deep
played tight
deep
end.
pitcher. No,
You know, I'm
Glad he
in
was
the
a
camp
pitcher.
of All
like
my
Jeff
starters
a
gotta
lot.
go 7,
Jeff
or you
was
can't
filthy.
pitch for me. That would be the way I manage. My guys got to go 7, or you can't pitch for me. Like, I don't believe in
6.
anything other than
Give
that.
me through 6. I got 3
Nope.
guys.
Yeah, I
Give me-
said what I said, or you can't. Jake can't pitch for me. Already get the fuck out.
Boy
of
got
here.
a Terrence got a
now,
3-man
Jake, get out.
bullpen.
Dope. 'cause I'm-
Terrence got a 3-man bullpen.
You guys,
Nah.
Terrence's
We-
teams
we
don't,
guys
don't bring
sit
long
on-
sleeves. Terrence's teams don't bring long sleeves and jackets. They don't play until
No.
October.
Oh, those,
They don't
huh,
they don't play into the cold.
huh,
Running that team like
You
that.
know why
play
we
into
don't
the
bring
cold.
long sleeves and shit? Because we're not scared of fucking cold, dude. We play in any terrain because we're just ball players. That's why we don't bring
Yeah.
anything. Look at you all.
Nah.
We're cold. Can we get our long sleeves, coach?
I
We're like,
hate baseball in the cold. I hate
There's
it.
just
I
nothing
hate
worse.
it.
You're standing
play like-
around too much.
Yeah, no. It's a mentality, dude. So you're already losing.
You're already losing.
The cold has already got you. It's already beat me. First off, though, it really does suck. I'm skinny, bro. That shit gets right to my bones. I'm telling you, I'm thin. I don't got insulation. Like when it's cold, that shit's like in my bones.
What are you trying to say, bro? Insulation.
Well,
What
I don't know. Do you have insulation?
Freezing my ass off.
What are you trying to say, bro? Trying to
Look,
say I got
I
insulation, bro?
didn't say how cold hits you. I'm.
You
speaking
looked right at
personally.
me. You looked right at me when you said insulation, bro.
Okay,
You
first
looked
off,
right at me.
one of the girls at work.
Oh,
Zach, do you
when
remember who
did this
Chandra
happen?
is?
They have Joey whatever. Joey
Oh yeah, Lucchesi. They did get
Lucchesi, is that how you say
Lucchesi.
it? When did you get him?
That's the fifth. That's the rotation.
That's a
In the
nice
midst
pickup
of
for
these
them.
moves this offseason.
That's a good pickup.
As of now, this is their rotation: DeGrom, Carrasco, Stroman, David Peterson, and Joey. I'm guessing.
Oh, that's
Thor is hurt.
nice. Yeah, David
is-
Peterson is nice. I
I was gonna
forgot
ask you,
about
who is
him.
that? Who is
Woo!
that?
Lefty, big white boy lefty. Good. Pitched
Prospect?
solid for that. No, he pitched solid for them last year.
He's
he pitched for them last
6'6".
year.
This fool is
Big white
huge.
boy, heavy
Yes.
sinker, like heavy sink guy.
6'2" with a 3.4.
He was good last year. Peterson's not weak at all. Good staff.
6'6".
Very good staff. Yeah, big lefty.
That fool is massive. And then in the bullpen, they still got Lugo. He's a relief. Diaz is their closer.
It's a great team over there. Ugh, sorry, excuse me.
Their
That's
lineup is what sucks though. They got still holes over there though.
that entire division is very interesting because I still think the Phillies make a run in the midst of what they're doing
They
over
got
there.
rid of the DH.
They got to have 1 year. I believe that's not making the cut. I believe we're going back to normal baseball. But I also think the expanded playoffs are not going to make the cut. I think we're going back
That
to
sucks.
normal. Yeah, a little bit of a bummer. I like the expanded playoffs. I don't think it'll be the last we hear of it personally.
As long as if we had to have the DH for the extended playoffs, then bye extended playoffs. The DH I hate. But that's
Yeah, I
just-
agree to that. I don't know if they're exclusively together or not. I hope not. I hope we could separate them. Jake, what do we have next, buddy? I'm sorry. You good?
I think that was it. We just had the Bauer for the.
Hey, you know who I saw is fighting tomorrow? Speaking of, we always get into this a little bit. I can't believe Overeem still going out there serving hands.
That
Guy's like 100.
Man's is old. Man's got
And he's their main event.
fights under his butt.
Yeah, main event's Overeem Volkov tomorrow. So we don't have to get into it at all, but hilarious. That guy's like 200
I
years
definitely will
old.
be watching that
Fire.
tomorrow though.
Yeah,
I wanna
I
watch
get
the
it for free
prelims.
at my desk, which is nice for my desk TV. So I'm definitely putting it on.
It's on ESPN Plus too for anybody else that wants to watch it. What is that?
Any
It?
Super Bowl prop? What's like any weird
Oh,
Super Bowl
Super
bet?
Bowl.
What are we doing? Over
Oh,
under?
it's the mask one is interesting. He's gonna take the mask down first between the coaches.
Oh,
a bet?
interesting.
That's a
I didn't
bet?
see that. Yeah, that's the content I'm looking for, Terrence. There we go.
That's exactly the type of bets I'm looking for.
Yeah, I had to write about that one. That one was funny. I was like, what? that was
Is
interesting.
there a favorite? Who's the favorite?
Fantastic.
Or is it 50-50?
The favorite. Who is the favorite? I want to say. it
What
was Bruce-
happens if someone comes out with the mask shield? What's the
They
rules on
both
that?
have- that is what Andy. What Bruce Arians.
He
has.
switched.
But he
Reed
has
switched
a
to the
mask
thing.
under. He
Okay.
has face shield and a mask. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, so then Andy's
Um,
got to be the favorite because it's like less to get through.
I don't know. I don't remember what
Um,
the favorite was, but
I'm playing two props that I always do. Well, I always play these. two.
National anthem, go under. She always goes under. It's 159. This girl's been going under.
Her last
supposedly-
three anthems, she's been under.
So
And I
inside
bet the
Edward
coin flip.
River.
I always bet the coin flip. Tails, baby. Dude, people are wild. Somebody put like 35 grand on the coin flip. Are you completely kidding me? We all know my George Bush story. Don't make me go through it.
Did
again.
you
Everybody's
see the
like,
mattress king? The mattress guy? He laid $3 million on the Bucks.
The mattress? Who's the mattress king?
Some mattress king
Max.
guy.
Mattress
Yeah.
Max or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that fool laid like 3.5 mil
I
with
couldn't
Bucks
watch
plus 3.5.
I couldn't watch a game with 3 mil on it. Are you kidding me?
Not a chance in hell. I'd literally have a
I'd
stroke.
have to go golfing for the day and then just have to come back and like, all right, guys, let's open our phones. Like, let's
As
see what
soon as
happens.
the game started, I would just chuck my phone into a pool of water and just cut myself off. I couldn't watch it. It would be it'd be gut wrenching.
I'm playing those props though. Maybe might dabble with first touchdown and go Travis Kelce.
I don't know. I think I'm going crazy talk. I think I'm about to lay like $10 on McCole Hardman MVP. I just got a gut. I got a gut feeling he shows out, dude. I don't know. He might be big.
What's that? What's that paying? 10's probably gonna
I
get
don't
you,
know.
like,
it's
a
got to
grand.
be. He's got to be like,
like probably like 100,
plus
200.
600, plus 1200. He's got to be something
Yeah.
like that. For like
What's-
20 on it.
So plus 1,200 would be 100 to 12. So you'd make like 120 bucks off that.
Minimum
who's
bet
the
actually
punter?
for me
Dustin
is-
Colquitt.
Yeah.
That's it. Bet him.
How
Yeah,
does
Colquitt.
hold up? Let's just think. How
Let's break
I'm
it down. How does Colquitt
I'm
get
down
Super
to,
Bowl
like,
MVP?
how would he end up getting it? I'll tell you right now how he has to get it. It would have to be like Patrick
6
Mahomes.
touchbacks.
Patrick Mahomes fucking like pulls a hamstring, and then Chad Henne gets blown up because he's not reading the field right, lost in the moment, boom, blown up. He's out of the game, concussion. We're out of quarterbacks. What the fuck?
And
do
no
we do?
punter.
Oh, McCole Hardman or whoever played it in college, boom, blown up. He also gets hurt.
Oh my God.
Fourth string
Just carcasses everywhere.
Fourth string quarterback, 3 minutes left in the game. Cool quit. You're our guy. Play action pass, Andy Reid. Because everybody knows the playbook. Anybody can run our shit. Justin Colquitt, 7-yard touchdown. Runner pass. I don't even know how he gets it there. Super Bowl MVP.
Nope.
No,
2 fake punts and they win a game.
I was about to say, Jake,
So much
you
easier.
have to before one of them, before he becomes quarterback, there has to be a fake
No one
punt
dies
in
in
there.
my scenario like Jake's.
Jacob had 4 career-ending injuries to get
Jake
this man
just
the
killed a
MVP.
whole team. Like, fuck. Just to get Colquitt the ball, everybody got to die. Like, damn.
Sure, I had a fucking 6-minute story. Turn said 2 fake punts. Get the fuck out of here. We're in. Beep. Turns off.
Nobody
Zoom.
gets hurt in the making of this movie. Jake just injured everyone.
Well, first off, nobody went and saw your movie. My shit's a blockbuster film made by
True.
fucking
I had no drama in
Jerry
my movie.
Bruckheimer, bro.
Yeah, your shit had explosions and shit. Like, thought I was watching Transformers in yours.
I had fucking
Go,
I don't even
Zach.
know.
What was you going to say? What was yours?
Zach. How does he get it for you?
I essentially like Jacob, but you just add like before the finals, before they all die and end their careers with like a half a leg each. He gets like a fake punt touchdown, and then he wins the game at the end. Because if he just wins it, they're not going to give it to him off 3 minutes. It's going to be the
Yeah,
guy
I'm
that
tripping.
got the
What about him
touchdown.
playing?
What about Colquitt going like? What if like Tyreek or Mikhail got hurt
Hold up, I got
and
it. I got it,
Colquitt
Terrence.
got to go by receiver? Like,
Gotta
All
go
the
bust.
receivers stop. All the receivers are sitting on the bench, and a play like runs into the sideline, and an offensive lineman falls on all 3. Kelsey, Hardman, Reek, all right there. Bang, bang, bang. 3 ACLs gone right there.
Or you could. That's crazy. Or you never know.
That's
dude. Like,
crazy.
All of everything going on, like you never know. It could be like this KD situation to where like the whole whiteout room just gets yanked mid-game, and it's like Colquitt.
A suit comes out of the locker, out of the tunnel, and comes whispers into Andy Reid's ear, and all of a sudden he looks back, and all his receivers go back.
Just
Are getting
gone.
ushered
It's
into
like-
ushered up the
it's like,
tunnel.
What? And now you got Colquitt out there with Dustin
Oh.
Hopkins in the slot. Isn't that who they? No, it's not Hopkins.
No,
Who
they
they
got
calling?
It's,
Bucker. Yeah.
Colquitt and Butker out there just fucking dicing up ankles.
All right. Before we get off this, who got better hands? You think Hopkins or Colquitt?
As far
No,
as
no.
receiving or fighting?
Yeah. No, Butler. Hey, who got better hands?
Bucker or
Colquitt.
Colquitt.
I feel like
Butker looks like he's good at
Colquitt, because he catches that fucking long snap back there. He got a.
I feel like he.
Like-
I feel like punters are just more athletic than kickers.
Bro, have you guys seen Butker? He's kind of jacked. Like, he looks like a really good athlete.
Okay,
You
well,
wanna-
then get your big ass.
you
and do
Take
something
them
else.
on a date. We're gonna throw Colquitt some slants. Like,
Wait. So you guys can say Colquitt because he can catch a fucking punt snap? And this
yeah.
fool Butker's out there kicking
Say,
field
they go
goals,
take over
looking
the
like
game.
he's
They go
CrossFit
to
with
Colquitt.
3% body fat, and I'm out of pocket?
Take him on a date already. We're throwing this guy routes. What are
You
you
sound like
talking
it-
about? Body fat.
Describing a referee.
Your guy looks,
talking
no
about the
offense,
bus
just
ride.
like a
Nobody
dork.
cares
Like,
about
your
it.
guy looks like a dork. My guy looks like an
Crazy.
athlete. I'm like, if
He
they're
look-
standing in front of me,
He looks like Hunter Renfro.
first off, and if
He
I'm
looks like
taking
Hunter Renfrow.
anybody on the Chiefs on a date, it's Travis Kelce. Are you kidding me? Obviously. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh my
Hey, you know what's funny?
God.
Kelsey's balling out again because he got back with his girl earlier. They was broken up, I want to say, for
Zach,
like a
what was
solid
that? You
minute.
tell me Travis Kelce's not a good looking dude, bro?
He is a good looking guy, man. He'd probably be my number 1 pick too.
Thank you, right? Like,
Oh, look at you guys.
Definitely not
twinning.
no Butker.
well, I wasn't given the choice between Travis Kelce and Butker. I was given the choice between Colquitt and Butker, and I was like, this guy Butker fucking lifts. Maybe he can catch something, bro. What the fuck?
That's why you're never going to be in my scouting department at all.
And this is the late
fuck?
night with the other team.
I'm so sick of Zach.
We're looking for hands, and Jacob's like, yeah, he benches hard. Me and
Your
Terrence are
guys'
like, we're looking for hands.
Your guys' scouting department is so good. You're like, well, he could catch the punt snap. He obviously could catch a pass from Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's thinking outside the box. I love that thinking right there.
Exactly.
Absolutely
I'm like,
love that thinking. This dude is. We're here with it. We're
You're
thinking
like,
about how to
he's
maximize our
CrossFit.
players.
Exactly.
I want to let you guys know something. Under your regulations, I could start in the NFL at receiver.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I know under your regulations, if you're not CrossFit Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can't play in the league. Like everybody got to be buff and shit for you. You guys got to all.
Look, if you're gonna give me Geek Squad,
number one rule for
Dustin
Jake: if you can
Colquitt,
touch your elbows, you can't play for me.
it's the very first test when you hop in our facility. By the way.
How Pete Carroll had Metcalf walk in with his shirt off. Jake's like, "Come here, let me see something. Okay, put your arms up, touch him right now. They can touch him. Get the fuck out of my room right now. Beat it.
Fuck out. I have like
some modified metal detector. You got to walk through it like this.
It's just a camera, and it can detect if you can touch them or not. You go like this, and then
if you can't fit through it, you just fucking turn around.
It was funny because there was people in high school that used to be able to tell me that. It was football players that would have class and they'd be like, "Terrence, can you do it?" They'd be like, "I can't touch my elbows, bro." I'm like, "Shut your bitch ass up." I can. Shut up.
Shut your big ass up. Like,
I want to research the mask bet and like who's the favorite and why. Like the number.
I was trying to do it, but my computer, fucking internet was loud.
Like I want to know like if they went into all these guys' games and how many times Andy Reid took his mask off first compared to how many times Bruce Arians took his mask off first against the other coaches.
I would assume someone can break that down.
Arians, you got to bet 250 to win 100.
So he's minus 250.
Mm-hmm. And you got to bet 100 for Andy, and it pays 170. $100 bet pays 170.
So he's plus 170. Minus 250 for Arians, plus 170 for Andy. Interesting. But I want to know, why is Bruce the favorite? Like,
this is on Bet Online AG.
Interesting. I want to look into this bet. What's everybody been watching?
Clerks.
I've been watching a lot of Big Mouth.
Oh, Big Mouth, so good. I watched Clerks for the first time. Very famous. Kevin Smith.
Oh, you had never seen it?
Like, never seen it.
Oh,
really funny. So I'm getting into like all of 8 of Kevin Smith's like big movies. Mallrats is what I gotta watch next.
Never seen Mallrats.
Ben Affleck's in it apparently when he's really young.
Mm-hmm. I'm on WandaVision. First off, what's up with Lil Uzi and putting the fucking Mind Stone in his forehead?
Way too much Rick and Morty.
Bro, watch the fucking. What did you do during quarantine, during COVID? Lil Uzi's like, I watched the whole Marvel thing and I realized I want the Vision Mind Stone in my fucking head so Thanos can't get it. Like, all right, Uzi.
That shit's fake. That's just PR, but that's funny as hell though.
Like, all right, but I've been watching WandaVision. I actually have to watch the newest episode tonight before I fall asleep, and I got work in the morning, but I'm gonna stay up and do it.
I as well got work this weekend. You guys got big Super Bowl plans? Real quick, anyone?
I might end up at Terrence's house because fucking I was like, hey, what's going on? And then all of a sudden everybody was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, well, cool, because Super Bowl's in 48 fucking hours.
Always free to come through, my guy. Pull up.
Zach's gonna be working.
I'll be on my desk.
Invite wasn't to him anyway.
Cool.
That's tough,
Cool.
Zach. That's tough.
Yeah, I seen that coming.
I'm thinking about going to Palmdale though, because then my dad comes back Monday, and I was like, I can just stay the night and see my dad on Monday.
I almost went to Palmdale and watch it with my pops as well. I thought about that too.
You know, they'll come back. My dad will, probably go to Coach's, get them Coach's wings. Ooh, boy.
Coach's is open. How's that shit even?
Yeah,
well,
everything's outdoor dining now. No, but everything's outdoor dining.
But outdoor dining just opened back up.
I thought they took all the TVs down at outdoor dinings.
No, I think that's a rumor because I saw TVs all over 2nd Street.
Well, I'm not surprised by that actually. 2nd Street was popping. They don't give a fuck over there.
Yeah, it was tight.
I'm out. I'm spent. I got nothing left.
As always, it's the other team.
Nothing left.
I got nothing left.
Jared Goff, you going with me in Super Bowl? Good luck with Andy Dalton.
Shit, it's late.
Fucking losers. You're not getting
Must be
Carson Wentz.
late.
Fucking loser. Jets. I wonder what the Jets are going to do. They're going to get Deshaun Watson? Who knows? Jags, Trevor Lawrence. Watch you go, Jake. Justin Fields.
Trevor Lawrence is about to throw on February 12th, and we're all going to be like, damn, that
he just had shoulder surgery, and that's going to scare everybody. And now you're going to go get Justin Fields. But does it really matter? You're going to get a good quarterback because you're going to get Trevor Lawrence, but it doesn't matter because Zach will never have a fucking quarterback, and it doesn't matter. And it's the other team.
We're out of here. Mamba forever.